Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nanatufo Boateng. I'm here to serve you nothing but the best breakfast on TV, and I'm super excited about today, about the week, and of course, excited about the fact that you have decided to join us for the best breakfast. It promises to be interesting, very exciting stuff. In fact, we have a lot of information to share with you this morning, so stay with us while we bring you the best content, relevant content right here on television. Now, the management of the Bagri Dam in Burkina Faso, Sonabel, have announced that they will begin the spillage of the dam today. This is 2 days ahead of the scheduled spillage because the water levels in the dam the dam actually has excess water at this point. The water level is rising at a speed which they are not prepared for, and so they are going to begin spillage of the dam today. Now, the challenge is that over the years, the spillage of the dam has created problems for Ghana, especially our people up north, and this continues to create a problem that hasn't been fully addressed because the government's plan has lacked vision and foresight over the years. Now, what has the government done so far? The government's plan has, over the years created shelter, relief settlements, and all. People move to places. That's what I'm saying. The Ghana government has so far made efforts to address the issue, but these responses have largely been reactive than proactive. Now, each year, warnings are issued, emergency relief is prepared, and temporary shelters are set up for those displaced. While these measures are necessary, they are not enough. They treat the symptoms of the problem, but do not address its root causes. Now, as a result of the cycle of destruction, repeats itself year after year with little progress made towards a long-term solution. Critically, the government's response has lacked the foresight and planning required to mitigate the impact of the Bagri Dam spillage. Now, despite decades of experience with this issue, there has been no significant investment in infrastructure that could help manage the floodwaters more effectively. The absence of a comprehensive water management plan for northern Ghana means that the region remains at the mercy of natural events with little capacity to adapt or respond. Now, one of the most glaring omissions in the government's approach is the failure to develop reservoirs to capture and store the excess water from the Bagri Dam. Such reservoirs could serve multiple purposes. Now, they could prevent flooding by controlling the flow of water, and they could provide also a reliable source of water for irrigation during the dry season. What this would do is that it will be a game changer for agriculture in northern Ghana, where erratic rainfall and prolonged dry spells often lead to crop failures and food insecurity. Now, building reservoirs is not an easy task, that we admit, and it would require significant investment. However, the benefits will far outweigh the cost. A well-designed reservoir system could transform the agricultural landscape in northern Ghana, making it more resilient to climate change and less dependent on unpredictable rainfall. It would enable farmers to grow crops year-round, increasing their incomes and improving food security for the entire region. Now, moreover, by preventing the destructive floods that accompany the Bagri Dam spillage, these reservoirs would save lives and reduce the need for costly emergency responses. To make this vision a reality, now, the government must take immediate and decisive action. This begins with a comprehensive feasibility study to identify the best locations for the reservoirs and the most effective designs. The government should also seek partnership with international donors, development agencies, and even the private sector to secure the necessary funding and technical expertise. Now, finally, in addition to building the reservoirs, the government should invest in other complementary measures such as reforestation, river dredging, and improved water management practices. Reforestation will help to stabilize the soil and reduce the risk of landslides and erosion during heavy rains. River dredging would increase the capacity of rivers to carry the flood waters, reducing the likelihood of overflow, and improved water management practices such as rainwater harvesting and the use of drip irrigation would help farmers make better use of the water available to them. So that's just a little bit on the spillage of the Bagre Dam, which begins today. In addition to all that I've said, I think the government should engage the communities. These communities have knowledge and insights that can inform the development of sustainable solutions. And by involving them in the planning and implementation process, the government can ensure that the solutions are tailored to the local context and have the support of the people who benefit from them. Peace, shalom, and we wish you well. We hope that the farmers are taking the necessary precautionary measures. The NADMO is on top of its game. And of course, the various RECSECs, MUSECs, DISECs are also well prepared for the spillage of the dam. Now, that said, let's tell you about the This is Ghana exhibition, which is happening on the 6th and 7th of September 2025. It's happening at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. Both days, 10 a.m. To 6 p.m. on each day, the 6th and 7th of September. And we are excited to bring you Ghana's biggest platform to showcase the country's export potential. We ask that you join us at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park, and then you get to explore, get to see all the amazing stuff that local Ghanaian businesses, indigenous corporations, innovations, as well as SMEs and startups are putting together. It promises to be exciting. We hope that you will be there and you will be part of the exhibition. It's happening on the 6th and 7th of September. Please do your best to join us at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park while we bring you Ghana's biggest expo, showing our potential, export potential to the rest of the world. If you're looking to participate, please call us on 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973. Please, and please again, when you call, do your best to follow up with your payment, because it is your payment that secures you the slot to be able to exhibit or to participate at the This is a Ghana exhibition. So we hope that you call us ASAP, because the slots are fast running out. So do your best to call us now, register, pay, secure your slot, and let's all meet at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park on the 6th and 7th of September 2025 to export or to show Ghana's biggest export potential. We want to say thank you to our sponsors: MTN, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, EcoBank, and then you have the GEA, you have GEPA, that's the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and of course we are supported by TWI, Twelum Industries, and Built Financial Technologies. We're grateful to our sponsors for helping bring you the This is Ghana exhibition, which is scheduled for September 6 and 7, 2025 at the Ifua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. Now let me show you an easy way to have access to the news. Go onto the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News app, and there's your easiest bets, your fastest bet to getting access to the news on the go. We keep updating the content on the app, and so you have your regular updates, your relevant information from your current affairs, politics, business, sports, entertainment, lifestyle, showbiz, whatever it is that piques your interest. We have it available on the Channel One News app. So go onto the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News app, and have the news literally in your palm, because it will be right there on your phone. And as at when you need it, just tap on the app. Quite a user-friendly interface, easy to navigate, and not difficult at all to download and to install. So go get the Channel One News app from the Google Play Store. It's free, and have access to the news on the go. All right, let's get into the newspapers for today. The Ghanaian Times is here. Front page says NDC Tamale Central primaries. Who succeeds late MP as 14 hopefuls pick forms to contest? NDC Tamale Central primaries. Who succeeds late MP as 14 hopefuls pick forms to contest? Book research allowance cost government 712 million Ghana cedis in 2025. Ooh. Well, this is according to the Education Minister. Book and research allowance cost government 712 million cedis in 2025. Wow. President strikes $100 million agri deal, meets UN Secretary General at TICAD. We know the president is in Japan, and we are being told that he struck a $100 million agri deal. Okay, kudos. Morgan Ayawene, 6 others re-elected to lead ICU Ghana. Morgan Ayawene and 6 others re-elected to lead ICU Ghana. That's the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union. Now, Adansi North District disburses 80,000 Ghana cedis to support PLWDs, persons living with disabilities. And FAO sensitizes Nania residents on drug, contraceptive abuse, STIs. That's on the back page, and that wraps it up for the Ghanaian Times. I'll bring you the Chronicle. Chronicle says, Brian's alleged tribal comment rankles Bawumia. Brian's alleged tribal comment rankles Bawumia. And then you have Akwitia by-election. Police to deploy Black Maria. 5 arrested for possession of weapons. And you have pictures of the weapons seized, including a pump-action gun. NPP lost 2024 largely due to bad economy, not because of Brian's attempts to partner SNET in its hotel management. Well, that story is on page 15 of the paper. Grab a copy and you can get the details. Now, on the back page, you have some sports news. 5-star Arsenal wallops Leeds, but of course, it was expected. We have the likes of Victor Gyökeres. You know, the Gunners are doing the thing and we are excited. We are happy about it. Yeah, come on, you Gunners. All right, Tottenham Hotspur stunned Manchester City once again. Yeah, it was a 2-0 victory for Tottenham Hotspur over the weekend. And of course, the star boy Mohamed Kudus was in action. Barcelona staged a fight back from 2 goals down to beat Levante. So Barcelona came down from 2 goals to beat Levante over the weekend. Harry Kane scores hat-trick as Bayern thrash RB Leipzig. And then you have Napoli begin title defense with a win at Sassuolo. I'll give you the scripture for today. It's from Proverbs 21:5. The plans of the diligent lead to profit. The plans of the diligent lead to profit. Proverbs 21:5. May the Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. Daily Guide. Daily Guide says, Bawumia slams tribal and religious propaganda. Bawumia slams tribal religious propaganda. And you have stopped twisting my words. Brian Achampong fires. Stop twisting my words. Brian Achampong fires. Shatawale undertakes spiritual cleansing after Iyoko release. Shatawale undertakes spiritual cleansing after Iyoko release. 21 government tablets missing at Isiama SHS. 21 government tablets missing at Isiama SHS. And then you have illegal miners destroy 2,000 rubber trees. We have a problem in this country. Illegal miners destroy 2,000 rubber trees. Okay, we'll leave it there. The authorities know what to do. Let's go into the Herald newspaper. Selective retirements in Ghana Police Service spark uproar. Selective retirements in Ghana Police Service spark uproar. Goldfields hands over Damang mine to government in 8 months. CEO happy with orderly transition. This one says crops, homes and livestock under threat as Bagri Dam spillage looms. Well, that's what we spoke about earlier. We made some suggestions. Hopefully it falls in the right ears and some action is taken regarding same. Perry Okudjeto's father to be laid to rest this weekend. Well, our condolences to the entire Okudjeto family. Perry and Percy especially, these are people I know. And so condolences to them. This weekend we'll be there to support them, do a befitting burial and farewell for their late father. NPA blows alarm on repainting old LPG cylinders. And then you have Education Minister warns against duplication in teacher training funding. Education Minister warns against duplication in teacher training funding. So that's the Herald newspaper. Let's take a look at the News Center. News Center says tribal politics dangerous for NPP's progress. That's according to Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Tribal politics dangerous for NPP's progress. You have after over 26 billion cedis financial sector cleanup, 6 big banks in crisis, unlikely to meet capital requirements and require mergers or bailouts, Fitch warns. This Ghana Nankasana, I'm not sure. But we pray for grace and mercy. After over 26 billion cedis financial sector cleanup, 6 big banks in crisis, unlikely to meet capital requirements and require mergers or bailouts, Fitch warns. Upon Nkrumah inspects new school blocks in Ofoasia Yorubi, WAEC releases 2025 BEC provisional results, Bagri Dam spillage, 81 people dead, 120,000 lives displaced, 76,000 farms lost. In any case, if we had fixed and finished the Pualugu multipurpose dam, Accra City Hotel, from humble beginnings to a bold new chapter in Ghana's hospitality story. That's the News Center newspaper. Let's get into the BNFT Business and Financial Times. Outstanding corporate debt falls 95% year to July as issuance slows. Fund managers lament limited options. You have gold pendant projects to boost value addition, jobs and tourism revenue. Then you have new fisheries law de-risked potential EU ban. New fisheries law de-risked potential EU ban. A number of features in the paper as well. Go grab a copy, you get the details there. On the back page, Accra to host landmark 3-day International Public Relations Conference and Global PR Awards Gala. Then you have Youth in Business Summit to empower young entrepreneurs. That's the Business and Financial Times for today. Republic Press says, I have never blamed Bawumia for Kusasi Mamprusi conflict. That's Brian Achampong speaking there. I have never blamed Bawumia for Kusasi Mamprusi conflict. It's attributed to Brian Achampong. NERS seeks 7 million cedis compensation over alleged attack as state fails to act. Okay. Iyoko flags Honda CR-Vs, Range Rovers, Ford F-150s as top stolen vehicles. Hey, I think that we are planning to buy some, no? Anyways, fire outbreak disrupts water supply in parts of Accra. And when you go to the Western region, 2 suspects remanded over deadly acid attack at Abosso. And you have Anti-Galamsey Task Force seizes excavators in Asante Akim South. So that's the Republic Press. I'll bring you the Ghanaian Publisher. Bawumia blasts Brian over reckless tribal comment. Then you have Sophia Akufu and Ian Yeboah Doche testify for Tokonu. Sophia Akufu and Ian Yeboah Doche testify for Tokonu. Yamin tells Mahama to stop Anti-Galamsey Task Force. The same Joseph Yamin, who has been referred to Iyoko for investigations over his alleged involvement in Galamsey, is telling Mahama to stop an Anti-Galamsey Task Force. Interesting times. Upon Nkrumah drives education in Ofoasia Yorubi, and you have Tampoli supports 238 students in his constituency. That's the Ghanaian Publisher. The Economy Times says, MOF, that's the Ministry of Finance, BOG, that's the Bank of Ghana, leading efforts to recapitalize banks with insufficient capital. Then you have BOG moves to fix challenges in forex market. And the final one on the front page says, Reset Revenue Mobilization Strategy. IFS advises, warns against hasty return to international bond markets. So that's the Economy Times newspaper. Today newspaper says 2025 BEC results out. First year SHS students to report to school October 18. Ghana open for business abroad, but true development demands indigenous power at home. Refund 17,000 Ghana cedis disability allowance paid to you. PAC orders teacher. Otumfuo bans all funerals in Ashanti region between September 1 to 18 for Asantehima final burial rites. So those are some of the newspapers for today. Go to a newsstand near you, grab a copy, and you can get the details thereof. But let me take you online. Real quick, real snappy, and bring you what's happening on our web portals. I'll start off with channel1newsonline.com. They are leading with 10 arrested, 9 weapons seized ahead of Akwetia by election. 10 arrested, 9 weapons seized ahead of Akwatia by-election. I was in Akwatia on Saturday, and it's quite impressive, the deployment of policemen to the area. Even before you enter Akwatia itself, from Asamankese coming, the number of checkpoints and the police personnel manning these checkpoints and the exercise they're engaging in, oh boy, it gives us some hope, some confidence, and we are praying that the political parties will augment the efforts of the police to ensure a peaceful by-election on September 2. All right, BEC results. Nooks pushes for student representation on WAEC committees. Yes, Nooks pushes for student representation on WAEC committees. High interest in Tamale Central seat shows confidence in Mahama government. That's Tanko Computer, Deputy IT and Elections Director for the NDC, speaking there. Now, it's interesting to note that about 14 persons have picked forms to contest the Tamale Central seat, primaries, I beg your pardon, primaries for the NDC. We know that the MPP has opted out of the contest. The NDC has gone ahead to open and close nominations. So far, we know 14 persons have picked forms. We are waiting to see how many of them will successfully file and go through the vetting, which we understand is scheduled for August 31, ahead of that by-election. I want to be remembered as a decent ambassador. That's the Israeli envoy or the Israeli ambassador to Ghana with oversight responsibility or additional responsibilities in Sierra Leone and Liberia. His Excellency Roy Gilad. He was on the Upside Down show last night with myself and Frema Adunyame. In the Ashanti region, RECSEC begins probe into Mansoton Tokrom mining dispute. Other stories, Asiedu Nketia calls for lasting solidarity, cohesion beyond Alhaji Limuna's funeral. Asiedu Nketia calls for lasting solidarity and cohesion beyond Alhaji Limuna's funeral. Brian Achampong denies blaming Bawumia for ethnic tensions, calls for party unity. Then you have, tighten validation processes to stop public sector irregularities. That's a member of the Public Accounts Committee speaking. 2025-2026 academic year to run both single and double track systems. That's a clarification by the Ghana Education Service. Shatawale cleansed spiritually at Teshi Beach after Iyoko bail. Second aspirant withdraws from Tamale Central by-election as nominations close today. NPP race using tribalism to desperately seek votes unfortunate. This is Bawumia to Brian. And Russia blames nuclear site attack on Ukraine as Kiev marks Independence Day. Right, so those are some stories on channel1newsonline.com. Let's go to citynewsroom.com. Citynewsroom.com. Brian Achampong campaign dismisses Global Info Analytics poll as psychological operation. Wow, that's interesting. Let's bring you some other stories from citynewsroom.com. In the Eastern region, police arrest 10 suspects, seize 9 weapons ahead of Akwatia by-election. Then you have Ghana's rising population straining fiscal consolidation efforts. IEA warns. Tax analysts caution GRA on risk of double taxation in overseas income drive. You have government misses T-bill target for 3rd straight week as yields edge higher. 9.7 billion Ghana cedis DDEP coupon payment restores investor confidence ahead of bond market return. That's Professor Buckman speaking there. Mahama's Japan visit yields major gains for Ghana. Akwatia, a no-go area for weapons. Small Arms Commission warns. We would have reversed August 6th tragedy if it were possible. That's the national chairman of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, speaking. NDC prepared for Tamale Central by-election. That's Rashid Tanko Computer, Deputy IT and Elections Director for the National Democratic Congress, NDC. You have Nooks demands student representation on WAEC's exams and investigative committees. And then you have NPP's Tamale Central exit not credible until nominations close. Again, Rashid Tanko Computer speaking there. So you have details of these stories and more on our web portals, citynewsroom.com, channel1newsonline.com, as well as on the Channel One News app, which you can easily download from the Google Play Store. Log on to the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News app, and you have access to all our stories, the updates, and of course, all the details on the go. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel One Television. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the news review segment.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel One TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies.
Harmony in the kitchen begins with harmony in the soul. And my guest, Fifi Flawless, is a musician. And what did they say? Music is food for what? For the soul. And so the philosophy is complete.
I'm going to be preparing yams and garden next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joined the orchestra and then you met like-minded people.
Yes, yes. So that was
after secondary school, you didn't want to.
Yeah, I didn't want to just go into anything. I just wanted to continue with the instrument. So it was there I met AJ Fannin.
Okay, so that means you started learning the instrument. Even was it when you were in high school or before you went to high school?
So I was introduced to it when I was in high school.
Okay.
This is a really nice package.
It's really cool, isn't it?
It's really nice.
And I like the way they've done like the small sachets. So
yeah,
everything in one. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I end up falling in love with you?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice. Curious about what's happening beyond your borders? Beyond Borders takes you there. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., join Caleb Kuda as he explores the stories that shape our world, connecting you with Ghanaians in other cultures and seeing the world through their eyes.
So we've learned one thing: you leave your shoes outside. Wow.
Tuesday, yeah. You know, I won't go to Ghana dressed in a Lacoste.
As director of operations.
From international politics to the human stories that define nations, Beyond Borders brings you a fresh perspective of Ghanaians around the world, one conversation at a time. Beyond Borders with Caleb Kuda airs Wednesdays at 7 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Hello there, grateful that you stayed on with us. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. I am Nanatufo Boateng. It's time for the news review segment where we get to have conversations about some of the topical issues dominating the media space. And of course, remember that the show is interactive, very, very interactive. We'd like for you to engage us. So send us your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions and what you make of the various submissions that will be made on the show today. The political season is back, although not generally, but I mean, we have two pending by-elections occasioned, unfortunately, by the passing of sitting MPs. One in Akutia on September 2 and another in Tamale Central. We're gearing up for it. Preparations are ongoing, but for the political parties, what does this mean? How ready are the constituents themselves? What is the commitment of the police service to ensure security and peace during the election? And of course, what are the expected outcomes of these by-elections? That's the conversations we're starting with this morning. Let me say good morning to Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa, a member of the New Patriotic Party. Good morning, Doc.
Good morning.
Good to have
Nana,
you.
it's good to be here.
Looking fly.
Very grateful for the opportunity. You know, this was actually made by one of my constituency chairpersons.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
in the Boakwa North constituency.
Oh, wow.
And it was a gift, actually.
So it's made in Ghana?
It's made in Ghana, purely made in Ghana.
You see why I'm asking you to come to the This is Ghana exhibition. This is some of the wonderful stuff you're going to be seeing there. Made by Ghanaians, made in Ghana. So there's this line that I have. We'll make it local, but we'll consume it global. So join us at the This is Ghana exhibition on the 6th and 7th of September in Accra, the Fuad Sutherland Children's Park, and come and appreciate what Ghanaians are doing. All right? So let's see you there. But Doc, I need to have a word with your constituency chairman.
Absolutely, absolutely. He's one of the polling stations chairpersons. So
Beautiful.
I'll let you
I see myself in one of this.
Talk to him on your behalf.
Anyway, so from your constituency, let's move to the Akwatia constituency. Preparations are ongoing. Over the weekend, I was there. What really caught my attention was the security presence. From a Samankese, even before you get to Akwatia itself, I mean, there's heavy security, a number of checkpoints, and I must say that for once I was impressed with the checks by the police. I'm not a security person, so I do not know exactly what to look out for when there's checks like that going, but it appeared very thorough. Your car is searched. They look for, I mean, specific things. They stop, and it doesn't matter who is in the queue. Each vehicle is searched thoroughly, and I think it was just very commendable. Let me start with you from that angle. The promise by the Ghana Police Service coming on the back of Ablekuma North and the history of Akwatia itself, recording violence during by-elections.
And a very good morning to you, and a very good morning to your viewing public, and to send my deepest condolences once again to Ernest Kumi's family.
Right.
Because we must remember that this has come at the back bend of him losing his life, and to the New Patriotic Party as well. I'm very confident that we should be able to retain the Akwatia seat for the New Patriotic Party. Still should be blue. I've seen that lots of party rank and file are going into Akwatia to campaign to make sure that we raise the morale at the grassroots for people to come out to vote. I am glad to see that the Ghana Police Service is ensuring that it becomes an incident-free. I've also noted the Small Arms Commission clearly also stating that it's going to be an election where there's not going to be any sight of any small arm or cutlass or any material that can be used to cause harm. But it's important.
Just to chip in, some persons have been arrested, some weapons or some guns retrieved by the police service.
Yeah, but it's important as well to state that at the back of Ablekuma North, there were a lot of brutalities.
Yeah, indeed.
We haven't seen what has come out of it, and that's a huge concern.
Some arrests have been made.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but some people were brutally manhandled. Some public citizens, public servants, former ministers, former MPs were mishandled, and it's important that we ask them to follow through if there are investigations that are ongoing. We do not want to have a by-election of any sort where people have to die. I shudder to think that we have always spoken about the peace and serenity of the country, but yet still when we go for election, however small or minute it is, you would find that people will get hurt. Yeah. You would find that people will lose their lives. You will find that there are either pockets of violence here and there. I think that Ghana holds it as an opportunity to ensure that the Akwetia by-election becomes peaceful, becomes free, becomes fair, become transparent. All political actors should ensure that the results is what is a true reflection of what the people want. And I think that as we have done for Tamale Central, we have stated that we want to cede it to the NDC. And even with that, they have about 14 people that are contesting. You know, I would hope and wish that the NDC doesn't come to contest this Akwetia by-election. I hope they listen, but I'm not sure they would.
It's probably too late now.
It's probably too late.
I'm sure the EC has already begun printing
yes,
the ballot
absolutely.
papers.
But I mean, I think that we should retain that seat for the New Patriotic Party in memory of Ernest Kumi. He didn't serve for a very long time. It's just about 6-7 months in Parliament, and so that he can.
And
be
his
able
term
to,
was actually fraught with a lot of challenges. He was being contested in court over his victory and all.
Absolutely, from the 2024 general election. And you recall that it was just about 3 weeks when the Supreme Court had clearly stated that he had won the election on merit, that unfortunately he lost his life. I recall the weekend to his demise on the Monday, like a Monday like this, he had gone for funerals in the Western region. And Ernest and I went to the Adisado College together.
Oh, okay.
So I know him pretty well, and during the primaries as well, we all engaged in making sure that we support him to become the MP in the constituency. It's sad, and we wish that politicians and MPs take care of themselves, take care of their health, and ensure that there's continual peace and serenity in by-elections. We don't want to record any incident in this by-election, but I pray and hope that it remains blue.
Let's look at the individuals involved. Initially, we had picked up about 4 persons who had elected to contest, an independent, a representative of the LPG, and then that of the NDC and the MPP. The independent, we understand, was disqualified. The LPG, we are also told, has withdrawn. And so basically it's the NDC and the MPP leading as the front runners in this contest. The candidate of the NDC represented Henry Boakye Yadom, a former MP, whom they believed had won the 2024 elections. This current candidate, that's the Bernard Bediakon, the counsel for Boakye Yadom, in that contest in court, beat Boakye Yadom in the primaries and is now the candidate of the NDC for the Akwetia by-elections. There are those who argue that this smacks of betrayal and is likely to affect them in the by-election. What are your thoughts on this briefly before we look at the MPP's candidates?
You know, I always hold on to the view of President Atamils Dufiasem. It is important that I have issues in my own home where I need to focus on. But I mean, I think that to throw in the conversation of loyalty and disloyalty in this conversation is a bit too overboard. I think that people have a right to want to represent their constituents. People have a right to want to advance in their own political career and journey, and so I do not want to smack in loyalty or disloyalty on any person's candidature. Once the new National Democratic Congress believes that he's the person to represent them, I think that is good to go. I thought really for my political party that Amase, that's Amase's constituency.
Right. So
I was picturing that she would have been the most likely candidate that would come out of our camp, but it appears that it didn't happen. This gentleman is known on grounds as well. I'm told that he's a grassroots young person, which also embodies the New Patriotic Party rank and file.
It's actually the treasurer of the party in the constituency.
Absolutely, which embodies the New Patriotic Party, that regardless of where you are, regardless of what you find yourself doing, you would always have an opportunity. And I think that this is a very big leap for him to represent his constituency in the legislative arm of government should he win the election, and that would be a lot of big foot that he'll be stepping in, and I'm sure that a lot of people's attention would be in that particular constituency to ensure that because that's an opposition constituency basically, because the NDC is in power, to ensure that he's able to bring in social amenities that the constituency need, because there's supposed to be a lot more development that Ernest Kumi would have thought that he could do, but untimely he's dead. So if he wins the election, I'm sure that the constituency would want to see a lot more development, and his vision that he has for the constituency, he should be able to bring that to bear. And I want to be able to see a good margin. in the election, either he should win the election and have a very good margin in terms of what the NDC would bring, and purportedly to be able to also win the next primaries in the constituency to win the 2028 general election, because all of that is in view of what is happening. We've had by-elections in this country in various constituencies because we've either had MPs who are either resigning or being late, and we've had by-elections, and every now and then
some crossing carpet as well.
Exactly, people crossing carpets and all of that. So we want to see that the Akwatia seat remains blue, and I'm very confident that our candidate can be able to do that for us.
We'll go into the dynamics at play this time around, but let's look at even prior to that. The NDC held primaries and elected a candidate. The MPP did not. Yours was an endorsement, if I can put it that way. But with talk of Amase, her level of popularity, having won the seat before, would it have been better to have opened it up, gone into a primaries to pick a candidate?
Well, we are not in normal times. Basically, I think that as a political party, we have a lot of things that are happening in our party. We are going into a major flag bearership election in the next 4 months. We have just gone through our resolutions and working on a new constitution for the party. There are conversations about very minimal resources in terms of money in the party. Going for primaries also involves a lot of money from the party and also from the individuals. I think that the party executives, together with the National Executive Council, made a decision to just give an endorsement. And I think in some instances and events where you find yourself as a political party where you are not in normal times, I mean, you have a lot of things that are at stake for you as a political party, and you need to keep your eyes on the ball, on the bigger picture. I think that these are some of the decisions that you make. And so I'll support the party's decision to go into it, because if you want to do a primaries, then you need to open polls, you need to do vetting, you need to allow people to campaign, and then you need to now do the main election. And all of that is resources and a burden on the little money that we have in our political party. And so I think that it's good to go for just a major endorsement. And I think that both candidates who might have been prospective, might have been consulted, that it's important we take the best candidate to be able to win for us.
A number of dynamics will be at play in this particular election. If you take the history of Akwatia itself, it is well known for single-term MPs. It goes blue, then it comes green. Goes back to blue, then comes green. We have the likes of Baba Jamal, the Amases, the Bwachi Yadoms, Ernest Kumi himself, and now it's open for a contest. How do you foresee all of this playing out? Mind you, both parties are presenting new faces. They are new to the scene, but the battles remain old. Your take on this?
So it's already a constituency that is blue. It's been blue since the Supreme Court stated that it's been blue. It's been blue since we won the 2024 election for the parliamentary in that constituency. And so had it not been for the demise of Ernest Kumi, it would be a blue seat for the next 4 years until we go into another election. I think that I know that a lot of constituencies are always turning blue and green, similar to Adenta constituency and a number of dotted constituencies around the country. And so I would hope and pray that this election would remain blue, because the blue hasn't finished 7. I think that it would be in the honor of Ernest Kumi to see that the constituency remain blue. And I think that it also bewills on the entire constituency to ensure that it remains blue and does not turn back to green as it's been in other instances. And I am very confident that by the time we are back in the next week, because the election is on Tuesday next week, by the time we are back in the next week or two, we should be seeing that the candidate-elect is being sworn in by the Speaker of Parliament in the 9th Parliament.
Right. You mentioned earlier that Ernest Kumi obviously was an opposition MP. If the MPP should win, it will still remain an opposition MP. Solomon Asumadu will be an opposition MP. But that is also one of the dynamics that election watchers have raised. That's, I mean, it's an MP with its party in power as against an opposition MP. Which one would constituents prefer? Do you see this playing out in any way? And let's marry this to the fact that Ernest Kumi, being the late MP who was sitting, belonged to the NPP, and so some level of sympathy votes might also play out in the election.
Yeah, I think that circumstances surrounding people's demise always raise some sympathy votes. We've seen that reoccurring every now and then. I would use my constituency as an example. Ebuakwa North constituency in 2016, February, when J.B. Dankwa Edu died, we went into an election and Gifty Chumampofu won that election. He gave us some sympathy votes. In that year was also an election year, so she stood as well in 2016. That also gave us some sympathy votes and she won the election. Same, we can use, even take it up to the very higher level at the presidency when John Dramani Mahama had to stand for election in 2012, having been sworn in as president in July of 2012 at the demise of John Evans Atta Mills. So clearly, you see that as a Ghanaian people, we are very remorseful people, we are very mournful people, we respect the dead and honor the dead, and we feel that often now and then we need to be able to give reference and some honor to the people that are dead, which is why the New Patriotic Party has withdrawn for the Tamale Central election. It's because we want to be able to continue to give honor and respect to Murtala Mohammed and to his family, and to continue to state that the NDC should represent and put a person there. I mean, we've always known that Tamale Central has been a green side, and so sometimes in wisdom, beyond the fact that you want to be able to set off that political authority to the NDC, it would have been good to also test the waters to see what your chances are. But I mean, we said that we want to be able to respect Murtala Mohammed, we want to be able to ensure that his legacy continues. Besides, he's been MP for a very long time in that particular constituency, which is why
from Nantong to Tamale Central.
Absolutely, which is why I think that it is important that Akwetia continues to remain blue, and maybe if there are any changes at all, if it should be in foreseeable elections in the future, but not this very election.
We've seen a number of party bigwigs, and I'm talking about the NDC descend on Akwetia to campaign for their candidate. It doesn't appear so much so for the NPP. Even yesterday, the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, was in Akwetia, met with the Achim Wenchi Mahine and all. I mean, you can see the deliberate campaigning that the NDC is doing. It does not appear same with the NPP. Could it be complacency?
No, I don't think so. You know, the NDC is a government in power. They have money. They have money. They have government resources. You know, their party is in power. But I think that we have multiple events that are going on in our political party. NPP US is celebrating their 33rd anniversary, so their party functionaries that are traveling across Accra to New York, and they'll be returning sometime this week. We have flag bearer hostefuls that are also doing their campaigning around, which you must recall as well. There are
but the party acts that all activities be put on hold.
Of course,
concentrate on Akwetia.
Of course, all activities are on hold, but people are also endorsing their forms, and people are preparing to submit their presidential forms to the party. So a lot of multiple things are happening, and campaign is not over. I mean, we still have a leap of an extra 1 week to do campaigning. I'm very confident that in the coming week, you see a lot of party faithfuls. You see the Honorable Kennedy Japan going into Akwetia to show his support and campaign. You see a number of party senior persons going to make sure that we win that election.
I'm not so convinced, but because you see, even Ablekuma North, that the party held a press conference and told the whole world that it will not participate in that contest. We saw big wigs of the party in Ablekuma North campaigning for the candidates. We're not seeing same in Akwetia.
You see, Nana, you're overstretching the issue, and I don't want us.
You think so?
I think you're overstretching the issue.
So?
I don't want us to overstretch the issue. So, Ablekuma North was an extremely different case, and let's put it in context. Ablekuma North has always been blue. My good senior sister fought the election very hard from the 2024 December election, went to court all throughout. She was the candidate even when the party said they were not going to contest. It took Kennedy Japan to convince the party to rescind on its decision. And
that's what happened.
And yes, and asked everyone to go to Ablekuma North to campaign, because this woman had been on the campaign trail all throughout. That was when we saw that people were going in, and even on the day of election, the Honorable Kennedy Japan was on the grounds to make sure that there's peace and serenity going along in Ablekuma North. And Ablekuma North is a place where the sitting MP was fighting for her seat. Akwetia is a very different case, and like I'm saying, there are multiple party events that are ongoing. I am aware that this week, right up from today throughout the weekend, there's going to be a lot of party functionaries that are going to be there. And if you look at elections, you know, election campaigning are more important in the final week. Yes, election campaigning are more important in the final week. Election campaigning are also more important on the D-Day, because it's on the D-Day that you're going to gather people and you're going to tell them to go out and vote. And this is a bigger constituency
Does the
election.
law not stop you from campaigning on the D-Day?
No, the law stops you from campaigning, but on the D-Day, you are making sure that people are, you know how it is. I mean, you know how it is. You are going around.
The underground campaign.
Yes, the underground campaigning. You are making sure that, you know, because you don't want a turnout that is too low. You know, you're making sure that people are going and people are going to vote, and you are counting your numbers and making sure that there are no disenfranchisements, and you're making sure your polling station agents are there. You're making sure that they have food. You're making sure they have the needed resources that they need. And I mean, I think that those things are important. Let's not overstretch the issue. The party faithfuls, the big wigs are going to be on grounds to make sure that they do campaigning. Over the weekend, I saw a few people who were in the constituency doing campaigning. They might not be the big names, but they are all there making sure that we win the seat.
Very well. One of the issues that will come up, and it might play out or might not, will have to do with apathy. Usually by-elections will not record the same numbers as you see in a general election, because the usual enthusiasm might not be there. Now, Akwatia, in perspective, owing to its history of violence in by-elections, is one factor. September 2 itself being a working day is another factor. And then the presence of police, or if you like, security in Akwatia, the deployment of the large numbers. Some of the residents that I spoke to over the weekend were worried. They felt intimidated. I mean, how do you put in all this in a box? Is it possible that this will affect voter turnout?
Now, let me use your platform to appeal to the people of Akwatia, if they are listening to us this morning, is that the presence of the security, the presence of Electoral Commission is to ensure that the election is free, is peaceful, is incident-free, because of the history and antecedents that have always happened in Akwatia. And so no one should be afraid to come out to vote. I think that is important that you come out and vote for the new Patriotic Party candidate. Don't be intimidated at all by the high presence of security. It's for your peace and for your safety. And when you finish voting, you can go back to your work and go and do your work. And I mean, yes, it's a working day, but the voting will start at maybe 7 o'clock or even 8 o'clock, and it would transcend to about 5 o'clock. If you're in the queue before 5 o'clock, you have an opportunity to vote. And I don't think that anyone should be afraid at all. And we would also entreat the ruling government to ensure that they don't bring in some high levels of intimidation. We are only going to elect someone to represent us in Parliament.
Very well. Still on the matter of Akwatia and, of course, the by-election on September 2, you're confident that the NPP will come out tops after the exercise? You have the absolute confidence that you're winning Akwatia. Akwatia will remain blue.
I can't be otherwise. I mean, it has to remain blue. I am very confident, and as I'm confident, I'm also appealing really to the constituents, because this is not just an MPP election. This is an entire constituent of thousands of people. I'm appealing to them to look at the works that Ernest Kumi had done in his few months in Parliament, look at how hard he had fought to retain the seat from going to court and serving in Parliament, being granted injunction, and all of those other things that he went through. I recall his swearing in when they didn't want to swear him as a member of Parliament, and the leader of the House at the time, Leader Markin, stated that, I mean, let's swear him in and he will bear the consequences thereof. And I mean, he's a young man. He wants to serve his country. He wants to make laws for his country. I think that it will be good for you to reward him in his death peacefully, to ensure that it remains blue. It would be a true testament, really, for me, that the verdict that came out of the court is a true representation of the votes that were cast in the December 2024 general election. And I would want to congratulate in advance our candidate, and not to say that we are not going to win, but we're going to win massively. And I think that we should be able to send this strong message out to the constituents that please come out in your numbers, vote massively for the candidate of the new Patriotic Party, and let's ensure that we remain blue in that constituency.
Very well. So the battle lines are drawn. It's NPP versus NDC. Solomon Kwame Sumedu for the NPP, Bernard Bediakun for the NDC. They'll go against each other on September 2. Lenses will be there. We'll bring you coverage of the entire election right here on Channel 1 TV as well as on 97.3 CTFM. Now, Doc, let's take a quick flight to Tamale and make a stop at Tamale Central. You, the NPP, have decided to opt out. You say it's out of respect for the late Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Mohammed, who lost his life, unfortunately, in that tragic helicopter crash. The NDC has gone ahead to open nominations. It is closing the nominations, I think, actually today. Initially, we had had some 14 persons had picked nomination forms. We understand 2 have rescinded that decision. And so we're looking at 12 aspirants who most likely will submit the forms upon completion and will go into the primaries. But there are those who argue that you only opted out because you know Tamale Central will be green, will remain green, and also you do not have the resources to even go and test your level of popularity there. Your take on this?
You know, Nana, we have just come out of an election in December. Okay,
Yeah.
and that election showed us very clearly our strength in Tamale Central. Okay, so yes, we don't have resources. We have an election ahead of us. We have a flag bearership election that the party is preparing and raising funds for. We respect Murtala Mohammed. We want to honor his death and ask for the NDC to present their own team. Imagine, look at that. They have 14 people. It tells you how heated the constituency is. You know, it tells you how heated the constituency is. And now 2 have decided that they will not go. That's a large number of people.
That isn't a testament
You know?
to the good works of the president, because he has the party in power. And so everybody will want to be part of that
14
development.
people. That's too much. 14 people. Wow.
You've gone into a primaries with 17 people before.
No, that's a presidential level.
So there's
but this is a constituency. 14 people want to go and stand for an election.
That's
That's
like
a high
democracy.
number.
That's the beauty of
Of course,
democracy.
that's the beauty of democracy. Well, they'll have a primaries. They will decide who the best candidate is, and then they will have an election, which will be clearly a referendum for them, because the NPP is not contesting. So whoever wins the primaries is almost the president,
the MP.
the MP basically. And I mean, I think that our reasons are very clear. It's been made very public for people to know. I was excited to see that the party leadership went to the NDC headquarters, and that's clearly what we want to be seeing in terms of our party commandery between both heated political parties, because we are both the biggest political parties in this Fourth Republic. And to say that we are not contesting, for us, it's a lot of respect for the NDC. They are in a very difficult time. They have lost 8 people. We, all of us as a country, have been mourning. They have lost very vibrant brains that are needed in Parliament. Murtala Mohammed was such an excellent gentleman. Started student politics all throughout from ASU days, and becoming an MP and an MP again, minister, deputy minister, minister. He had such a very bright future ahead of him, and I'm very certain that these numbers tells to his good work. I would want to state that these numbers tells to his good work in terms of the high level of people he's mentored within the constituents who are able to step into his big shoes. And so it's a lot of commendation for the numbers that have come out. 12 to 14 people that have come out to want to represent in his interest, because this would be an MP that would be walking in the very big shoes of Murtala Mohammed. I'm not too sure whether the MP would have a ministerial role or not. I mean, that's to the prerogative of the president to decide that. But at least we'll be stepping in some very good shoes, trying to take care of the constituents, support the constituents financially, bring development to the constituents, work hand in hand with the MCE of the constituency or the district or the municipal, represent the president as well in Parliament. And I hope and wish the Tamale Central constituency the best in electing the best candidate to represent my very good friend, Murtala Mohammed.
Well, so what's expected to happen? The major opposition party, that's your party, MPP, has opted out. But there are other political parties. We've not seen any official communication from either of them. And then also there's an avenue for independent candidates to show up and to contest. What's expected to happen after the NDC's primaries? Should a plebiscite, a yes or no, or should we still commit resources into organizing a primary? What's expected to happen?
Well, Nana, I told you that this is clearly going to be a referendum. If the elephant has bowed out, what are the other?
That's a good one.
Yeah, if the elephant has bowed out from an election like that, what are the other political parties? What are the other political parties going to do? I mean, we are the biggest opposition party, and I think that we've set the pace for the other political parties to follow suit. I mean, but it's a democracy. I mean, other people may want to contest independent. No one takes that right away from them. But I mean, if it's going to be an election, it's going to be a referendum. Definitely, the Electoral Commission must conduct an election. I mean, definitely, it's going to be, and that's why I said it's going to be a referendum. And it should be as peaceful, as smooth, as transparent as possible. The internal primaries of the NDC as well should be incident-free, because they need to be able to do all of this in honor of Murtala Mohammed. And I don't think that if anybody wants to contest, it's against their right. But if the elephant has bowed out, what do you want to do there?
So it should be more like a walk in the park for the
Yeah,
EC
it should be a trophy that should be given to the NDC, which is why I thought that the NDC will reciprocate same action of faith to the new patriotic party in Akwetia. But they said they are coming head on head, bull for bull, elephant for elephant, elephant against umbrella. But I think that the elephant will pull the umbrella down.
You see, people argue that that's a trap, or that you were setting for the NDC, or you were baiting them to accept your invitation not to contest Akwetia by opting out of Tamale Central.
I think that it would have been very honoring for the chairman, Isiodin Ketia, to say to our General Secretary, Justin Kodia, that I'm very glad that you came to our office. I'm very glad that you are bowed out of Tamale Central. The circumstances surrounding these by-elections are extremely very sad. And I think that as you are giving honor to Murtala Mohammed, we would also like to give honor to Ernest Kumi as well, because he died suddenly. We don't know the cause of death whatsoever, but I mean, he died suddenly, and he's a young person. Man, he's a first-time MP, and so for Chairman Isiodin Ketia being a very astute politician, I think that he should have just said, "We give this to you as well." But they want to contest an election, and we would see the results of the election. But we're still confident that we'll win that election. I don't think it was a bait. I mean, we felt that they will rise up to the occasion to be able to say that they will not contest.
It's an invitation they gladly rejected.
Absolutely. I
because
mean,
they also fancy their chances in Akwetia.
Absolutely, which is not a problem at all. But like I'm saying, I mean, the final verdict will be when the votes are counted. And Solomon is declared the MP-elect.
Very well. There's a message here from Hamza from Tamale. He says, good morning to you all in the studio, especially Dr. Palgrave. Akwetia is for the NPP and we will win it with a great margin. The NDC propaganda will soon be exposed and Ghanaians will learn better lessons ever trusting them. Let's give time some time. NPP all the way. This is Hamza from Tamale. You can also send in your message. Let us know your thoughts and your contributions. So far, we've looked at the issue of Akwetia by-election as well as the Tamale Central by-election. For Akwetia, there will be a competition between the NDC and the NPP for who becomes MP-elect. Will it be Solomon Esumedu of the NPP or Bernard Bediako of the NDC? But when you go to Tamale Central, it's the NDC against the NDC, if you ask me, because they have 12 persons, as it is now, by our last count, 12 persons who have picked forms and are ready to go into the contest for the Tamale Central seat. If it remains same, then there should be a referendum by the EC, and of course, we'll know by close of day, October 30, who the NDC or who the MP elect for Tamale Central will be. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. There's one here that says, good morning, Channel 1, and thanks so much for the good work. May the souls of our departed heroes rest and most especially the soul of the Honorable Alhaji Murtala Mohammed. My simple, humble question is, did the NDC see the death of the Honorable coming? 12 members struggling to contest this seat is just too much for me as an individual. Hey, God have mercy. Well, as they say, question for the gods. We'll leave it at that. But keep sending your messages in and we'll do our best to read same. Now, Doc, let's come into your camp and look at your preparations for the presidential primaries. Some concerns have been raised. We've heard Dr. Bawumia seek to condemn what appears to be religious and tribal bigotry. In his words, the camp that he's accusing of same has rejected that accusation and say that the words of their aspirants should not be twisted. What is going on within your party?
Nana, it's a challenge. You see, I am a young politician, and as I observe what is going on, I'm very troubled. You know, when we state the facts as it is, we've gone into an election. We lost the election terribly. We are going into another primaries. Everyone is campaigning. There are people that have picked up nomination forms from the party that are desiring to be flag bearer to lead the party. We are campaigning on facts and issues. We have never been presented with a situation like we have had now, which is having a flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We've never been presented with a situation like that. And so that situation was presented as flag bearer, and then that situation was presented to the Ghanaian people. In the situation that was presented to the Ghanaian people, you saw the numbers. I started to think why Dr. Bawumia would begin to state that when people are stating facts, it's tribal bigotry and it's religious intolerance. I started to think that. Because when Dr. Bawumia himself was campaigning in the 2024 election, he stated to his own people that he's a Muslim. He stated that. No one said that was religious bigotry. He stated to his own people that he's from Northeast and that they should vote for him. No one stated that those were tribal bigotry. But look at the data from the election results. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in the 2020 election had about 35% in maybe Upper East, Upper West, to John Dramani Mahama, who had about 65%, even though he lost the election. In the 2024 general election, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who hails from the region, it was a very, very keenly contested election. He had about 22%. A reduction, a decline, a massive decline from Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's election of 2020. We're going into an election again. We are putting the facts out as it is. We've done election in Pusiga, in Wale Wale, in Boku Central, in Navrongo, in Boga, in all the most populated environments where we felt that your candidature should win as an election. And it did not win as an election. And so if people are campaigning, and they are campaigning on facts, that for the New Patriotic Party to win the 2028 general election, we need to win that election with a new candidate who presents a new variable. That's all we're saying. Okay? I belong to the Kennedy Ejapong camp.
Okay.
Okay? That's all we're saying. Over the weekend, I think that the comments that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is referring to is a comment that was made by Dr. Brian Echampo. Those comments were facts. They were clear facts. Clear facts. You recall when we were in government, I was a spokesperson on governance and security. And I'll tell you this. Nana, each time there were crises in Boku that I came out to speak as a neutral from a government, I had threats. Yes, threats. And so I ceased talking about issues in Boku. I ceased. I had threats, clear threats against my life. And so there are no tribal bigotry or religious bigotry in the New Patriotic Party. In fact, I think that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has had one of the most significant opportunities in the New Patriotic Party than any other person in this Fourth Republic. Why do I say that?
Yeah.
In 1990, when the Dankwa Dombo Buzia tradition was being formed, there were people that were part of the formation of that union. There was Edu Buahine, there was Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, there was John Ajekum Kufuor, there was Kennedy Japan, there was Yao Boache, a lot of people who were part of the formation of the Dankwa Dombo tradition. They funded the party in 1992, funded the party in 1996. President Kufuor won the election in 2000, won the election in 2004, won the election and ended in 2008. And then John Evans Atta Mills took over. It was during the 2008 election that the party, together with Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, brought up Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the proposed running mate, because the issue to solve at the time was an economic issue. I'm not too sure that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was the candidate of choice. Of course, I have heard that it was supposed to be a female running mate. Okay, but Mahmoud was given the opportunity at a time when he didn't even have a party card. Okay, became running mate for 8 years, had an opportunity to become vice president for 8 years. This party was formed maybe 1992, calculated 33 years. He's been leader of the party for 16 solid years.
Leader?
Well, running mate, number 2 leader.
Wow.
For 16 solid years. Well, he was leader as flag bearer. Almost a year. We're going into another election. So he's been leader. He's been from number 2 all throughout to number 1. Our New Patriotic Party is not a party of tribal or religious. We don't condone to that.
Just a quick one. We know that as flag bearer, automatically you are leader of the party. Is that it?
It's a yes and no.
Okay.
It's between a conversation of an egg and a chicken.
Okay.
You are leader of the party in an electioneering year because you've just been appointed a flag bearer. If you lose the flag bearership election, like we lost the 20, you no more the leader. The leadership resigns to the chairperson.
No, I was actually asking because of the time period you gave.
Yeah, time period. Yeah.
Exactly. And,
Leader of the party.
And in that period, he was either running mate or vice president.
Of course.
So did he have any significant power or authority in the party?
Of course. He has significant. He was number 2 of the party for 16 years. 8 years as running mate, 8 years as vice president. Yes, number 2. He sits in the National Executive Council. He has a voting right. So he's had the opportunities that no one has had within the New Patriotic Party for 16 solid years. And so when I hear that everyone is campaigning on facts, and Dr. Mahmoud says that they are religious and tribal bigotry, I'm surprised, because the New Patriotic Party does not condone to that. It is for that reason. Okay, Nana, it is for that reason that President Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo said that regardless of where you come from in this party, you would have an opportunity to lead it when the time is right. You recall when the then flag bearer for the NDC stated that there is no way NPP will give a Northern an opportunity to lead. You recall that?
Yeah.
And then, boom, the NPP has given a Northern an opportunity to lead. So the NPP political party is not a tribal party. It's not a religious bigotry party. We are open to everybody. Now we are going into a major contest. And we are campaigning on facts. We lost an election. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is a Muslim. He's from the north. We lost every single Zongo in this country except Winneba. The data is there. Data does not lie. So if you state data, then it is tribal bigotry. If you state data, then it is religious bigotry. That's why I'm saying that we presented a candidate we have never presented before.
But will it be fair to attribute the loss to him, the way you're putting it?
But who stood for the election?
He did.
Of course.
But were there factors that will determine the outcome of the election?
Nana, President Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo lost the 2008 election. He lost the 2012 election. And he won the 2016 election. So who stood for the election?
He hadn't been in government then.
Oh, President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo was former Attorney General. He was former Foreign Affairs
was in
Minister.
vice.
He was a former MP. So he's been in government. You understand? So who stood for the election? There's no way we can attribute the loss of the 2024 general election to any other person than the candidate. That's true. I mean, I don't know where that school of thought will come from.
Irrespective of the factors that may have caused the
What
defeat.
factors would cause the defeat? What factors would make President Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo win in all zongos and cause Mahmoud Bawumia lose in all zongos? What factors are those? You tell me.
The core committee should be able to tell us. Unfortunately, it's not being made public.
Of course, at least the executive summary tells us. And no one is running away from the executive summary. Look, the conflicts around the country cause a significant cause for our loss. And that's what I'm saying. If we don't change the variable, okay, look, let's do a simple arithmetic mathematics here.
Right.
There's a mass scenario that has been put in place by the National Brilliant Science and Maths Quiz.
Okay.
We've put the equation in place and we're supposed to get ethanol. Putting the equation in place, you are not getting ethanol. You must change a variable to make sure you get ethanol. And all I'm trying to say is that until we change the variable of the candidature of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, we should forget 2028. That is why I am with Kennedy Japan. That the variable that must be introduced into the New Patriotic Party as the leader of the party, okay, after the January 31st election is Kennedy Japan. He is that variable that can be able to win us an election. Because the variable that we have never presented before lost us an election in areas where we thought we would win. We thought we would win in Zogo communities. We lost. We thought we would win in Muslim communities. We lost. That's what I'm saying. The president, John Dramani Mahama, is not a Muslim. He's a Christian.
Yeah.
He's a Northerner. He won in Muslim communities. So in this country, we have never had religious competition. We've never had tribal competitions. And so I don't think that that conversation should even be introduced. So I shudder to always get surprised when I see that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is always saying that when you're presenting facts, it's tribal conversation. When you're presenting facts, it's religious conversation. I shudder to think that. But you have been running mate for 8 years, from 2008 to 2016. And I saw a post, and I really wish it wasn't true. I saw a post that is accredited to him that stated that when he was defending the party in 2013, the party did not say he's a Mamprusi. I hope that statement is not true. But if it is, that's a very unfortunate statement. Of course,
we don't have that statement
yes,
here,
of
so
course. That's what I've seen that going around. You understand? That's why I'm saying no one ever looked at Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's tribe. No one ever looked at his religious identity to make him the running mate and to make him the vice president or even to make him the leader. No one looked at that. That has never been a variable on the table. The variable on the table has always been a leader who can win us an election, and we had that leader who lost an election. And so if we had that leader who lost an election, why can't we present a new candidate? You understand? And this whole thing about marketability, let's look at it. I am with Kennedy.
Yeah.
Kennedy has been a 6-term MP.
Yeah.
And I have stated that anybody who has gone to parliament as a member of parliament is a potential leader of a political party. It's also a potential leader as president. We have seen that in this Fourth Republic.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that there are about 2 people that have become presidents that have not gone to parliament. If my mind serves me right, that should be Jerry John Rawlings and John Evans Atta Mills.
Yeah.
Aside the 2 of them, every other person has gone through the mail. Okay, and then Jerry John Rawlings won a first-time election in 1992. And so I'm very confident that if we present a candidate who is a winnable candidate, that candidate can win a 2028 election. That goes against the fact that you should bring a candidate multiple times, because it is not the multiplicity of which you bring a candidate that makes a candidate win an election. It is the value-driven proposition that the candidate brings. Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo lost the 2008 election. We went into a by-election in Tain. It was 23,000 that John Evans Atta Mills used to win the election. Nanado had over 47 to 48%. Then we said that because Nanado has performed well, we should bring him in the 2012 election. The 2012 election almost was a tie. We know that we won the election. That is why we went to Supreme Court.
Yeah.
We were there for almost 8 months. The reason why Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo had over 1 million votes in the 2016 election was because it was being added up. But look at this. We lost about 1.7 million votes. How long do you think it's going to take us to recover?
But isn't there history to guide you as you have just espoused that, I mean, no one has really won it the first time when they show up?
I said that Jerry John Rawlings won that election the first
we know
time
where
that
he
he stood
came
up.
from.
Oh, my brother, look,
We know where he came
let's
from.
be truthful. It was the Fourth Republic, and he was the first president of the Fourth Republic. He was a military leader.
Irrespective. We
It
know
is
he
not
had
irrespective.
transitioned.
No,
He
it's
had
not. He
transitioned.
could have lost that election. Let's face it. He could have lost that election. We said we will not contest.
And Bawumia can win
considered
2028.
But he lost the 2024 election.
But he can win
But he lost the
2028.
2024 election.
Can he not
we
win
can't
2028?
bargain the future of the New Patriotic Party on one particular candidate, which is why we are presenting Kennedy Ejapon. We believe that the Ghanaian people want him. The taxi drivers, the Mokola people, the university students, the lecturers, the chiefs, the businessmen, they want him. They are calling for him. And I believe that he's going to win this election. I am very confident that when we present a new variable in the 2028 election, the New Patriotic Party is going to find itself at the Jubilee House. And I think that that should be the argument. This election should not be an election of religion. It should not be an election of tribe. It has never been part of the New Patriotic Party. Have you ever heard the New Patriotic Party ever campaign on tribe or religion? It's never been. It has never been an issue, and it is not an issue.
And that's basically what Dr. Bawumia is calling for.
Well, we are talking the facts. What he's saying is that we shouldn't talk about the fact that he lost in Muslim areas. We shouldn't talk about the fact that he lost in Zongo areas. We shouldn't talk about the fact that his influence is diminishing. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. And I heard him. I have the recordings. He stated that we had one seat in Boku when this, but the candidates at the time were not from that tradition. We presented the candidates, and the factors for which we presented Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was the fact that he was going to bring more votes from the north. That did not happen. It didn't happen. The data is there from the Electoral Commission. Everybody can check that. Okay? So I think that we should check out very early. I'm with Kennedy. I'm campaigning for Kennedy. I want him to win the election. I've traveled the length and breadth of this country. Everybody is saying, Modi Kennedy ba yebeto amamo. Why don't we bring Kennedy?
You're convinced that out of the lot, he's the most viable.
I am convinced that out of the lot, I am convinced that the fathers of the party, I am convinced that from the time when the party began, he's been there. He's seen the tradition of the party. He knows the party people. He remembers the party people. He's always fought for the grassroots. He said, Mumbua Party Fro, help the party people. The party belongs to the people. President Kufuor has always stated, help the party people. President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has always stated, help the party people. It's been the language of Kennedy Ejapon from 1990 till date. He's been the most variable voice, consistent voice, and credible voice since 1990 till date. 24 years in parliament, serving in various committees, communication, budgeting, intelligence, defense, national security. What can't he do? He's a leader par excellence, created over thousands of jobs. The jobs that Kennedy has created is more than the jobs of revenue that GRA collects. Yes, of course. Check the data.
Isn't this an exaggeration?
It's not an exaggeration. Check the data. The data is clear. GRA revenue is almost 9,000 people. Check the jobs that Kennedy has created. Tens and thousands of people that have been created jobs. There's not been a single politician in this country that I've seen has created more jobs than Kennedy Ejapon. Self-made man from 1990s. Worked very hard from the US all the way to come and serve his people. Consistently held their same seat until he decided he will not go again to become the leader of the party. Being campaign manager for John Agyekum Kufuor, being campaign manager for Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in Central Region, in Eastern Region, in Ashanti Region. Worked very hard. He knows the nitty-gritties of winning an election. And I think that the New Patriotic Party, in fact, if the New Patriotic Party wants to be very fair, this is an election that should be a referendum for Kennedy Ejapon.
You think so?
I think so, but
The other
because
party should be open
of
to,
course,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That is because it's a democratic party.
Because other people believe they can also serve the party best.
Which is why I'm saying that it is because it's a democratic party.
Yeah.
But who has served more? Who has given more? Who has sacrificed more? Who has toiled more? Who has been dragged through the drain? Just look at it. I mean, I'm young, but when I hear the things, I'm like, there is no other person that I can campaign for at this time than Honorable Kennedy Ejapon, because the defeat is abysmal. I don't even know how we are going to recover.
Right.
But the only way we can recover out of the 1.7 million people is to bring a new variable. That new variable is Kennedy Akompreku Ejapon.
Very well. Just so you know, our two other guests have had emergencies for which reason they are unable to show up. So today is just myself and the good doc. Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa here. A few of your messages have come in. This one says, good morning, Channel 1 TV. The large number of aspirants from the Tamale Central to succeed Dr. Murtala Mohammed tells the beauty of democracy and unity in the party. This is from Nyab Yakubu in Nyankpala. Good morning, Channel 1 TV. Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa, we the supporters from Team Ken appreciate the effort and work you have been doing for Honorable candidate Japan. Please continue to do your best. This is from Nana Dua Dankwa, New Tafo Achim in Abuakwa North constituency. Okay. Hi, good morning. This is Alhaji Single from Golu in the Upper West region. It is really heartbreaking. We lost our beloved energetic leaders, but Allah knows best. And I pray Allah sees us through this by-election successfully. And may Allah be pleased with their humble souls. I'm really missing my mentor, Alhaji Murtala Mohammed. For the first time, I can hear an MPP member speaking facts. Your name is Che. Well, thank you for that message. This one says, Honorable Kennedy Japan is the only man who speaks truth to power. The only one with the courage to call out corruption and waste. And the only one with the vision to rebuild Ghana from the ground up. We in the NPP refuse to reward failure with promotion. No more sweet talk and empty lectures. Leadership is about results, and Dr. Bawumia has failed the test. Eastern region is standing solidly with Honorable Ken, 80% and beyond. This one says, good morning, Channel 1 TV. No one in the MPP should blame Dr. Bawumia for the party's poor performance in the 2024 general election. NPP party was absolutely unattractive to Ghanaians, not the Bawumia candidacy. Asamoah from Dodowa sent that in. Good morning, Channel 1 TV. I salute you for doing a great job. Nana, I feel pain because the NDC is not honoring the memories of the late Murtala with this great number contestant. The kind of death he died does not call for a massive competition for his position. The NDC could have picked someone closer to him to be his replacement. Doc, with all due respect, Bawumia did most of the work for the party in the 2012 elections. Bawumia is the best candidate for the party if they want to retain power. This one says, I am a member of the NPP. Ask yourself why Christians didn't vote. Okay, that's a question you are asking. Keep sending your messages in. We'll do our best to read them. This morning it's just myself, Nana Tufo Boateng, and Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa, as our two other guests have had emergencies and could not show up. But the show continues. Stay with us. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back shortly.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you're poor, what's that? So would the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey! Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Life can get hectic. And sometimes we forget to prioritize our well-being. That's where Vernal Mineral Water steps in. A refreshing solution packed with essential minerals, Vernal Mineral Water keeps you hydrated and balanced. Whether you're at home or work, Vernon Mineral Water is there to keep you going. Don't let a busy schedule hinder your health. Make Vernon Mineral Water a part of your daily routine. Share the love with Vernon Mineral Water, the choice for a healthy, vibrant you.
This advert is FDA approved.
One thing I hate in my life is heat, or to sweat whilst I am asleep. That is why I don't joke with my air conditioners. Not just any air conditioner, but Franco air conditioners. It's good for the Ghanaian weather, and they are filled with R410 gas, which is very friendly to human beings, which is not harmful to human health. We have 1.5, 2.0, and 2.5 horsepower. So what are you waiting for? Walk into any Franco branch now and grab for yourself quality, affordable, and energy efficient air conditioner from Franco. Visit www.francotrading.com or call any of the numbers on your screen for enquiries or wholesale. Franco air conditioners, they are reliable, tried, and tested by all. Franco, home of quality and affordable air conditioners.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Coffee be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you coffee be luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial *712#. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Alrighty, thank you so much for staying with us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television, and we're having the news review segment. This morning it's just myself and Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa. We're looking into the issue of the NPP's presidential primaries, and over the weekend, one of the aspirants, a former flag bearer of the party, former Vice President of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has raised some issues regarding, if you like, tribal and religious bigotry. I'll quote him just to put the conversation in perspective, and then I'll have Dr. Palgrave wrap up his submission on same. Then we can move into other matters. Now, this is Dr. Bawumia speaking to some party supporters on Sunday, August 24. Quotes: "As we go into the primaries, I am very concerned and troubled that some of our presidential aspirants have embarked on religious and tribal bigotry and propaganda against me. In their desperate attempts to win votes, they totally ignored the data and findings on why we lost the 2024 election and want to mislead the delegates and the party wings with such propaganda." end quote, he said. So this is the quote we're looking at, what Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia said. But, I mean, he's calling for unity within the party and, if like, shying away from such comments which he deemed as tribal and religious bigotry. Doc, you were making some submissions earlier. In that quote, Dr. Bawumia says we are shying away or we are ignoring the data and the findings on why the party lost power.
Nana, you know, this 101 is divine.
Is it?
I'm telling you. I think that we should plan it. You
Right.
know, but to state that he says what? We are ignoring the science and the data
the findings
of
on
why we lost.
Why the NPP lost power.
Can we ask Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia to tell us why we lost? He should tell us the data.
That should be contained in the Michael Kwe report.
Yes, but he should tell us. He should tell us why we lost. He should tell us why we lost in all Zongos, why we lost in all Muslim communities. He should tell us why we lost in all Kusasis communities. Kusasis are not just in Boku. They run all the way through to Western North, to Bono, to Ahafo. They run all the way to Eastern region. They run. They are scattered across the country. He should tell us why we lost. The data is very clear. Why we lost. We know why we lost. Why do we want to pat ourselves on the shoulder for rewards and results that does not augur well? Why do we want to do that? Why do we want to introduce conversations that has never been part of the New Patriotic Party since 1992? In fact, it is for this reason why Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo said we should all vote for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the flag bearer, so that people do not state that the NPP is a particular ethnic group political party. So why do we want to now introduce a tribal conversation and a religious conversation? There were reasons why we lost, and those reasons still remain. If we lost because Christians did not vote, those reasons will remain. If we lost because Muslims themselves did not vote, those reasons will remain. If we lost because a particular tribe did not vote, those reasons will remain. So if the reasons that we lost are the reasons that we lost, then Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia should tell us the reasons why we lost. He should state it. He should tell us that we lost the election because of tribe. We lost the election because of religion. We lost the election because of whatever. He should tell us the reasons why we lost.
Right.
But why is he not telling us the reasons why we lost? Because everybody is telling us the reasons why we lost, aside Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who is not telling us why we lost.
Because the reasons are captured in the Michael Kwe committee's
And we
report.
all are aware of the summary of the Michael Kwe report.
And does it say it's
The
because
summary,
of Dr. Bawumia?
It is very clear. It says religion. It says ethnic crisis in Boku are contributing factors. And we have the data. Why is it that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in Boku would have over 4 million votes? And in the
4 million.
Over. I'm just trying to say, I can refer to my data if you want. Okay? Why is it that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in the entire of the northern sector would have about 35% of votes?
Right.
And John Dramani Mahama would have about 65% of votes. And Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo will go ahead and win the 2020 election. Why is it that when Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia becomes the flag bearer and goes into the election, he has over 22%? A reduction from 35% to 22%. You tell me what that figure is. Why is it that John Dramani Mahama would ascend from 65% to almost 72% in the entire northern sector? You tell me why that is. So that's the data.
Very well.
So why did we lose? Everybody is aware why we lost. You know, there's a proverb in Akan that says, when you are talking about bones, old women and old men are scared. Okay?
Right.
We are talking about data. We lost this election because of certain variables. Those variables will not change until we change the variable and the candidature of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, which is why for me, okay, myself and the people who love me have all decided that we'll follow Kennedy Japan. I said, if you put the mathematical equation together, we want ethanol. And in ethanol, the variables are this: bring carbon, bring hydrogen, bring oxygen, bring all of this and let's get ethanol. If you don't bring the variables, you will not get ethanoic acid. You get something else. So what we want is a president. And we believe that Ken Ejapong can become the president of Ghana for the New Patriotic Party.
He is that variable that must be introduced.
Right.
The other variable is not giving us an ethanoic acid. It's giving us a different reaction. And that reaction is almost cos 90. What's cos 90? It's 0. So we don't want a
Let me
cos
take a
90
few
effect.
messages and then I'll pick a response from you on these messages. This one says, Dr. Bawumia has really suffered both in the hands of his own and the NDC propaganda team. But what I have observed since critically following politics is that winnable candidates always have to go through such unfortunate circumstances. Kufuor even got some from his own brother-in-law, J.H. Mensah. Nanado got a lot. Professor Mills nearly cried and spoke Fanti. Mahama had his portion and suffered the most embarrassing defeat. So some of us are not perturbed with the current situation. Dr. Bawumia will emerge victorious at the end no matter what. The battle remains the Lord's. This is Brookman Anobil sending that one in. This one says, I am much pleased and touched with your support for Honorable Ken. But what about the charisma of Honorable Ken? Can that be emphasized? Although Kennedy is very patriotic to the MPP, I don't really trust he can lead the flag bearership. This is Emmanuel from Bongo Namo. Good morning, Anna. I think Dr. Palgrave is missing the point and he should stop misleading us. Why can't they campaign on what they have to bring on board, but rather always dragging DMB to make their point? Whether he, Dr. Palgrave, or his boss Kennedy, DMB will win hands down. Please, Doctor, are you sure you are campaigning on facts? This is Jacob Lambon from Bumbagu. Good morning. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, during the campaign for the 2024 presidential flag bearership race, used the same tribal bigotry and religious conversations to his advantage. He stated clearly that he would increase the party's votes in the Zongos and Muslim communities, but only for the party to lose woefully. I think the party's best bet is Honorable candidate Japan for 2028, Dennis Boachi Yadom, Bia West, and he sends greetings to you, Doc.
I greet him too.
Nana, please tell Dr. Palgrave that I'm ready to render any kind of services for him in support of Honorable candidate Japan. No Ken, no vote. Kindly tell Dr. Palgrave I can be his errands boy. Hey. Wow. Interested. All right. So two things you touch on and then we'll wrap up this conversation and move on. One is asking or saying that they are pleased with your support for Honorable Ken, but what about his charisma? And then this one says you're missing the point. Why can't you campaign or on what you are bringing on board, but always dragging DMB? Is that the case?
No, it's not the case. Let me take the second one first. You know, Nana, we're going into an election.
Yeah.
We have delegates who voted for a flag bearer. We need to be able to compare. I mean, there's no way we can have a conversation and not compare. There's no way. There's not an election like that. Then that's not an election.
Right.
Unless, of course, one is afraid of an election. And I don't want to believe that any of the candidates are afraid of elections. Okay? Because we're going for an election.
Right.
And we need to be able to campaign on what the previous one brought and the fact that that previous one cannot offer us a good alternative for the future. Look at the number of people that are standing for this flag bearership. Look at the number of people who have drifted away from the candidature of the former flag bearer. And so there's no way. I mean, so in addition to what we are bringing on board, which we are telling the delegates in the various constituencies to consider us as the alternative to vote for us to become the flag bearer, we need to remind the delegates that you're in opposition now. As you speak, you're in opposition. You don't just want a flag bearer. You also want one who can beat the NDC because the NDC is also going to bring a leader. Okay, so there's no way we can have a conversation without bringing in what has been done and the fact that it didn't help us. So that's it. And on charisma of Kennedy Japan, someone who has been a leader in parliament for 24 years, managed an entire constituency, managed businesses, has been able to bring in investment into the country that has helped the country. Bui Dam is credited to him when John Agyekum Kufuor was president and he was in parliament. The number of conversations that are credited to him in terms of his public output and public service. And I think that for one who has been able to manage a constituency for 24 years, is there a political party that he cannot manage? For one who has financed the political party for these 24 years from opposition from 1990, when the party needed funds, they knocked at his doors. When the party needed money to pay for flag bearership money, they knocked at his doors. When the party needed vehicles, they knocked at his doors. When they needed bicycles, they knocked at his doors. When they needed motorbikes, they knocked at his doors. So for me, I mean, I think that once we campaign for Kennedy, we must also be able to bring out what the past has presented to us. And I think that is very clear and that is very key. And I'm confident, really. Like I said again, I'll reiterate.
if it is not the fact that the New Patriotic Party is a democratic party, this election should have been a referendum for Kennedy. Yeah, he served well. Look at all the fathers that are remaining. They have known him. He served and worked with them. He knows the party people. He knows the struggles of the party. Look at how President John Dramani Mahama has made the NDC. Just look at it. You just look at it.
You think Kennedy can do same and even better?
Even better. Much more better. Much more better. Look at the appointments. I was very excited when I saw the DVLA boss. He was my friend. He's my friend, still is. We used to sit on radio and talk. He's the DVLA boss. Do you know who the former DVLA boss was? Buzia was the former DVLA boss. Do you know who the new DVLA boss is? Yes. So it tells you that if you work for the party and the party wants to reward you, the party will reward you handsomely. That's what John Dramani Mahama has done for the NDC. We want Kennedy Japan to reward the works of the MPP people. Yes, that's what we want. We want Kennedy Japan to reward the works of the Ghanaian people. That's what we want. So for me, I think that I'll conclude on this. I use this platform as an opportunity to campaign for Kennedy Japan, all 276 constituencies, all constituency chairpersons, all polling station executives. Look at how you have suffered for this party and bring somebody who can identify with you. I feel that I can identify with Kennedy. I feel that he understands the plight of the people down there. He does. Look, every single day people come to him for school fees, medical bills. My wife is pregnant. I'm going for outdooring. People come to him. How many people? Look, in fact, the work that Kennedy does is even more than some of the pastors. I'm telling you, go to any of the pastors' home today and see whether you find a queue. You find bodyguards, security men. They can't even approach many pastors. You just check it. But people are always queuing. They are queuing and they are bringing, and he's always helping.
But other contestants, other aspirants are also helping people.
Oh, Brian.
The likes of Brian Echampong.
Oh, Brian is such an excellent man. I mean, Brian
Brian
is such an excellent man. He's from my region. I greet him this morning, Honorable Brian Echampong. I greet him this morning. I greet Edutum this morning. And I greet Dr. Mahmoud Baumia this morning. I wish him a safe journey from USA. We are here on ground campaigning. He's in the US campaigning. We are here on ground. The work is on the ground. We are here campaigning on ground.
The MPP has a branch in the US.
Of course. I mean, we have branches everywhere. Yes. We would also go to the US and campaign. But we are here on the ground. The work is on the ground. We are here. I greet Kwabena Japan, such an excellent gentleman, press secretary for John Najekum Kufo. We love him so much. But this election, I think that all of them should come together. Vote for Kennedy. Make him the leader. Transform the party. Give the party a future with a new face.
Very well. Thank you. Doc, let's move to other issues of national concern. The authorities in Burkina Faso, Sonabel, are spilling the Bagri Dam today. That's 2 days ahead of the scheduled spillage because water levels in the dam have risen to almost maximum. Over the years, we've seen this spillage and the havoc or devastation it comes with. Are we not at the point where we should be able to, if you like, harvest this water for some good use, knowing the dry spells in the northern parts of the country, unpredictable rainfall, and its impact on farming and the likes?
You know, Nana, let's be very real with ourselves. We need to talk to ourselves as citizens. People do farming very close to the water bank. People build houses very close to the water bank. And it happens periodically. Every year, there's always spillage. Before we come to think of an outside-the-box initiative of harvesting the water, we need to be able to also talk to our own citizens that, yes, you are farming closer to a water body, you are building closer to a water body, you are aware that every single year during summer, there is always spillage because we have rainfalls and it's gone overboard. God has blessed us so much. And so we would always entreat that once they go to higher levels today to make sure that the havoc that will be caused will be very minimal, they should desist from building on waterways. They should desist as well from farming on waterways. And then now we need to ask the government to think of ways within which we can have conversations with Burkina Faso and also find ways of harvesting the level of water that we have.
Right. The northern part we know is an area where farming is quite predominant, but they are at the mercy of natural events. Unpredictable rainfall. long dry spells, and like you mentioned, the construction of homes along the water banks. But if we are blessed with so much water that is being spilled from Bagre in Burkina, we need to take advantage of same. And that is where I am coming from. As for the residents there, we'll go there every year and go and promise them relief, go and ask them to relocate and come back after the spillage. But having, as a country and how far we've come, is this not the time to sit down and come up with some permanent solutions to this particular issue? Can we continue this? Because it also comes at a cost to us.
So yes, we can't continue this. We need to find a solution to it. Maybe we build another dam that can be able to harvest the water and use that water to be able to generate more power for us. And in addition to that, use that water for a lot more farming. And I would ask the government to consider this as a high priority for the citizens up north, because the destabilization of them also is a security threat.
Exactly.
And they need to be able to look at that. If Ghana is able to raise the resources, if foreign aid is able to come to our aid, we should consider building a dam that can be able to always harvest this water for us, because this is going to be a periodic incident in perpetuity.
Right. Now, successive governments have spoken about Port-Lougu Dam, but there's no Port-Lougu. If we had Port-Lougu, multi-purpose dam, would it have helped in this situation?
Well, I think that the discontinuation of successive government policies is what is disinterest to the Ghanaian people. Our government, led by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, worked very hard to bring Port-Lougu Dam into fruition. Okay, we are out of office. There's a new government, new
if you say into fruition,
I mean, in terms of paperwork and all of that.
Okay.
I know where you want to go to, but let me stay with you.
Because
of course. That's what I'm trying to say in terms of paperwork and some sizable funds that we're able to raise. I think that this is the time for the government led by John Dramani Mahama to pay particular attention to some policies that were begun by Akufo-Addo to implement that into fruition for the good people of the Ghanaian people.
And for the authorities, say NADMO, the MUSEX, the DISEX, the REXEX in these areas, what kind of mindset, what kind of frame should they be in ahead of this spillage? Obviously, the time has caught up with us. We were told 27th, but unfortunately the water levels have risen, so they need to spill today.
Well, it's 2 days earlier. It's disaster. That's what it is. It's Mayday.
We appear to be looking at the management instead of prevention.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. It's disaster. They need to just prepare for whatever events. They need to start evacuating people, taking them to high levels, so that lives are not lost. I think that the life is what is important. I mean, you can lose your plantations. I know people have started harvesting. Some crops have not gone to full maturity as well. You can lose all of that, but lives are important. So whatever they can do to be able to save lives and some properties, they should do that. But it's Mayday. It's disaster, and that's what they are made for.
For the residents in these areas, some are stuck in their ways. They don't believe in relocating and all that. They believe, well, I mean, this is what I do, this is where I live, so I don't see what you see, for which reason you're asking me to relocate. I mean, how difficult is it to convince such persons? And of course, when they resist and do not want to, what are the reliefs that these authorities have?
Oh, Nana, you're asking a very impossible question. Because if we're asking you to relocate and you don't want to relocate, disaster will come for you.
But do we leave these people to the mercy of the water?
That's what I'm trying to say. If the government is asking you to relocate and you don't want to relocate, what can you do? You understand? I mean, people have a right. And you see life facing you face to face and you want to go for it. I mean, I think that, it's your decision. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's important that lives are saved. And so as much as possible, whatever convincing that they can do to ensure that lives are saved, properties are saved, and some food crops that have been harvested are saved, so we don't have food crisis in the near future, it should be done. And the government should look at prioritizing Port-Lougu Dam, finish the project that Akufo-Addo did not finish.
Doc, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you for the opportunity.
It's been great. For whatever reason, we've done a one-on-one
It's been
today.
a divine one-on-one. It should have been a one-on-one on a particular topic, but we should do this again, okay?
Hopefully, we'll find time to do this.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Palgrave Boakye Dankwa is a member of the New Patriotic Party, NPP. Like I mentioned earlier, 2 of our guests had emergencies this morning, and so were unable to show up. I am Nana Tufo Boateng. Many thanks to you for staying with us on the Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 Television. Don't go away, though. The show continues after this.
You've seen nothing yet. This Big Brother Naija Season 10. It's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, and 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother Naija Season 10. Showing 24/7 on DSTV and on GoTV. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you banked like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension, just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Trotro from Kaswati. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Kofi from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Senya, God, the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness, ministering live Perez Music alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus, also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabi Akwe and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship. Media partner CTFM and Channel 1 TV.
Harmony in the kitchen begins with harmony in the soul. And my guest, Fifi Flawless, is a musician. And what did they say? Music is food for what? For the soul. And so the philosophy is complete.
Going to be preparing yams and garden next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joined the orchestra and then you met like-minded people.
Yes, yes. So that was
after
the
secondary school, you didn't want to.
Yeah, I didn't want to just go into anything. I just wanted to continue with the instrument. So it was there I met AJ Fannin.
Okay, so
AJ
that means you started learning the instrument even, was it when you were in high school or before you went to high school?
So I was introduced to it when I was in high school.
Okay.
This is a really nice package.
It's really cool, isn't it?
It's really nice.
And I like the way they've done like the small sachet, so
yeah.
Everything in one. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I end up falling in love with you?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice.
All right, top of the morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a brand new Monday. It's a brand new week, and we are excited to be here. Of course, Nana Tufo already started the show, and it's time for us to take over till 11 a.m. My name is Chris Carter.
And I am Philip Nilate. Today, my co-host looks all green. How was your weekend?
I look what?
All green.
No. Say the right thing.
Money
It's
green.
Money green.
Money green.
Money green. It's a
Look
Monday,
green like
so
a
we are
lawn.
attracting all the, not the lawn. Not the lawn, money green.
But how was the weekend?
It was good.
What were you doing over the weekend?
I like that. I was resting and working and, and watching golf games. Yeah.
I saw you at Hair Press. Right?
Yes. Hair Press First Media Summit.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
It was interesting because it was a gathering of
it was a nice one.
Broadcasters, you know, telling the stories, inspiring, and also teaching the terrain. And especially with the way things are changing, it's important that we had to, you know, have that gathering. So shout out to Decan Center for putting this together.
Beautiful. I was actually here at work, working for God and Country. So, yeah.
For God and Country.
Exactly. So I'm sure you know of the This is Ghana exhibition and fair. It's happening next month, 6th and 7th of September. Is just next month. Or what we are asking you to do is just to register. After the registration, make sure that you make payment because that's what is going to guarantee you your slot for this all-important exhibition and fair. 0205 973 973 is the registration number. Call all details you want about this event. There is someone who will assist you with all the things you need to know, the amount you pay, what you stand to gain, and all that. But mind you, on the show, we have a number of people coming or will be passing through to share with us more details about this particular fair and exhibition that will be happening on the 6th and 7th of September 2025. 0205 973 973 is the line you can call to get the information you want.
All right, remember that you can actually carry Channel One News with you anywhere you go. And if you're wondering, how can I actually carry Channel One with me? All you need to do is head to Google Play. Pick up your Android phone first of all, or your Android devices, and then head to Google Play Store. And then you look for Channel One News, and then you download the Channel One News app. Voila, simple. Then you can carry along the news everywhere you go. I mean, this is the easiest way to, you know, stay connected and stay abreast and also stay informed with everything that is going on. So even if you're traveling and you want to know what's happening around the world or what's happening in Ghana, all you need to do is download the Channel One News app and we've got you sorted.
And we're moving straight as the trends. Over the weekend, we saw Shatawale. I like to call him Sharawari.
Sharawale.
Yeah, he really went in for what we are told is a spiritual bath.
Yeah.
Really, well, I really don't know the meaning of this bath.
But you're gone.
Exactly.
So I expect you to know.
Yes, but what, because I've not done one before.
Okay, so basically, I think when you go to prison, or if you find yourself in the hands of the law,
Yes.
Incarcerated, you actually need to have this bath
To cleanse you.
to cleanse you from, you know, all those spirits of going back there again.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
this, I watched a movie, a short film actually, when Malcolm X actually visited Ghana.
Okay.
Malcolm X also underwent the same kind of bath.
Oh.
Yes, here in
so
Ghana.
it has a spiritual meaning.
Yeah, it has a spiritual meaning. So it's like baptism,
Oh, okay.
but in the traditional form.
So that is Shatta Wale there. Yesterday he did it at Next Door. Next Door is this opposite, I think, the Kofi Annan Peacekeeping Training Center at Teshi.
A lot of people do that at Next Door, though.
You come again?
A lot of people do that at Next Door.
Yeah, Next Door. And I don't know why people will really be going to Next Door every now and then. I think he has been there before at Next Door when he was arrested with medical. Medical.
They both did it.
Yeah, they both did it right after when they came back from the prison. So
Then that means he didn't do it very well.
So that is Shatta Wale for
Because
you.
if you did that, you wouldn't go back to Iyoko.
Well, maybe every issue with its own problem. You understand? With its own what's the name, ramification or consequences. So he thought that coming back from Iyoko, he needed to go to Next Door, that is a C, to cleanse himself. But we have some comments you want to share with you on that. So this one on the screen says that this is supposed to be a secret.
Right.
This is not to be posted on any media, let alone social media.
Yeah, so basically these are people that understand these things.
Really? So it has to be done without any attention from the media, right?
No, you know, I feel like he made it to see me, I'm doing this. Attention seeking.
Yeah, of course, you know, Shatta will definitely do everything and anything to just get attention.
But then again, you think
he
about it,
wants.
if you can do your baptism in the open and let people video you, why not?
Oh, okay. And this one too from Jerry says that he used to report to Yoko twice a week, more baths to come. Yeah, you are wicked though. You are wicked. This one from Rain Carlson says that
Man won't squeeze the law with spiritus.
Spiritus. Wow.
Hope you carry gallon go. Make it fetch some go house. Can anyone with insight help me understand what the actual point of the ritual bath is supposed to be? Just to cleanse yourself, basically. Just to cleanse yourself. Like, you know, like African tradition, we have different sort of cleanse. Some people cleanse themselves from sickness.
Yeah.
They do that to babies too.
And I know with the sickness, do people do it in the sea?
Yeah.
Yes. I think with maybe someone will have to send us a message and share with us what really the bathing in the sea really means.
I think the salt.
The salt. So it cleanses you all of illegal. Or,
And you know, salt is strong spiritually.
Yeah.
Even Christians use salt.
Yeah.
So I think that's what.
So that was Shatta Wale. He did this, and after he went to meet his baby mama or wife at the airport. That was also another one that brought a lot
That's why he needed to do it. So he won't use the prison and this thing spirit to touch her.
to welcome her and the baby as well.
Yeah. So.
You understand a lot of these things.
It's spiritual.
Moving on, Vybz Kartel also said few things about Shatta Wale's. I think he dropped a song or something. So Vybz Kartel versus Shatta Wale. I think people are also saying that Vybz Kartel being one of the top, what's the name, dancehall artists, talking about Shatta Wale is very important. This one says that where many have fallen, a king was born. From the midst of darkness, light will come. You don't know if you would see tomorrow. From where joy can come from pain. The shot them scream, I can't sleep at night. We chase the fame through war and crime. I'm sure Vybz Kartel was encouraging Shatta Wale or something. And you know, Vybz Kartel has actually invited Shatta Wale to Jamaica before, where he performed and all that. So Vybz Kartel in there also talking about Shatta Wale. And finally on the trends, or in the trends, is Akutia. If you know what is happening in Akutia, very soon we'll be having a by-election in that area. following the demise of the NPP Member of Parliament for the area, Ernest Kumi. And almost every big wig you can think of, or every big politician you can think of in both political parties, be it the NDC or the NPP, stormed or yet to or have already visited Akosua 2 campaign. Yesterday, we saw the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, who visited the place to also sort of introduce the NDC candidate officially to some traditional authorities or chiefs there. And over the weekend as well, we had an extensive report from Nana Tufo-Boateng and also other reporters here who visited the place. I think Fauzu and Charles Owusu-Kume who visited the place to gauge the mood for ahead of the elections, which is slated for September 2. We're bringing you all the updates you need to know concerning this election on Channel 1 TV and also on
to
City
also
97.3
add to it,
FM.
like at the issue of the Bagrace dam spillage.
Yes.
81 people dead and 120 lives displaced and 76,000 farms lost.
Yeah, so
our heart goes out to them.
Yeah, so we are just hoping that at least if the spillage is going to be done, it's going to be done in a way that wouldn't affect a lot of people, because often we've seen people having their farms destroyed as a result of the spillage of the Bagrace Dam. It's actually started, so
and allegedly the dam spillage actually happened 2 days earlier than the day scheduled.
The scheduled date.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want to compromise the integrity of the dam, so they had to open it for the spillage to happen. But we'll be keeping our eyes on. We have our correspondents station in those areas to bring us updates on what's be happening concerning the spillage of the Bagrace Dam. We've spoken to NADMO already. We've also spoken to some members of parliament in constituencies within that area, among others. But stay with us here. We'll bring you all the updates you need. Let's now bring you the video of the day.
Songo ye Mombali nanga Kasongo mbona wewe Songa libala oh ye Kasongo mbona wewe Mombali nanga Kasongo ye Mombali nanga Kasongo mbona wewe Songa libala oh ye Songo mbona wewe Mobali nangai.
You don't take your eyes off the ball. As soon as you take your eyes off, what you have would actually be taken away from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know there are some communities like this.
Really?
Hey.
Everything and anything will be stolen?
Here you go.
Really?
It will go.
But you can't keep watching over your stuff like that for a very long time. So that's why you're cleaning your footwear or your slippers or whatever it is, and you're monitoring your property. Everything, and all of a sudden,
yes,
you just
remove your face mode now.
Within a second, and it's
you don't go.
Anyway, this is just to put smiles on your face as we enjoy what to be happening here on the screens, and just to also get you to stay with us as we kickstart the show.
Right. But anyway, let's talk about the This is Ghana exhibition. The This is Ghana exhibition is going to be happening on the 6th and 7th of September 2025. And it happens 10 a.m. each day. It's really an exhibition that you do not want to miss, because this is the only place you get to showcase to Ghana and the world when it comes to your businesses, your innovations, and your services. You do not want to miss any of this. And if we've spoken to some of our vendors already, and some of these vendors have come so many times, and they have testified about the goodness of, This is Ghana, the This is Ghana exhibition. So ladies and gentlemen, definitely you do not want to miss it. And like I said, it's an exhibition for local SMEs, startups, homegrown businesses, innovations, and indigenous corporate bodies. What also makes this interesting is that apart from exhibiting on that day, it's going to be shown throughout the year. It's going to be shown throughout the year. So if we get to interview you as a brand, that means that the interview will still be playing on TV, and we also get to interview you as a brand owner of what we have. Anyway, this is all about Ghanaian-made products and Ghanaian services. So if you want to be part of it, all you need to do is call the number 0205 973 0205 973, and you can be part of this. And right about now, we are about to speak to an exhibitor, and this exhibitor is not new to This Is Ghana exhibition. He's going to tell us more about, you know, why he loves being on This Is Ghana exhibition, and also about some of his products and services. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio with me is Victor Sosa, who is the managing director of EPAC Flexible Packaging. Hi, Victor.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
It's nice to have you here.
Nice to see you again.
If I didn't know your business, it would have been hard to have this interview, but look, I know your business. So this is going to be one of the easiest interviews that we're going to go through.
Thank you.
All right, can you tell us a bit about EPAC? I mean, to the people hearing it for the first time, can you tell us a bit about it?
Sure. So EPAC is a flexible packaging company solely focused on SMEs, and we help them to package their products so that they can compete effectively with the big brands like the Nestle's and the Cadbury's of this world. So as you can see, some of these products are made in Ghana products, and they're beautifully packaged.
Yeah. Yeah. And why do you think packaging is important to products, that you decided to say, okay, you know what, let's be that packaging guru for the country?
Well, that's a good title to have, but essentially human beings, we eat with our eyes before we actually, you know, eat with our mouths. So presentation is everything, packaging is everything. When a customer walks onto the retail floor, they have between 10 and 26 seconds to make a determination as to whether they want to buy this product or not. So the essence of a packaging is what drives that initial purchase decision.
Right. So how long have you actually been running for as a business?
So we've been running for about 5 years. In the last 3 years, we put a manufacturing plant here in Accra. So we're able to serve our customers. We've improved the convenience of them walking into our shop and ordering their packaging, and we have a turnaround period of 3 weeks to 4 weeks where they can have their packaging, as opposed to going outside Ghana to import this packaging.
And right, so when you look at the packaging outside and with what you're giving Ghanaians right now, is there any difference?
That's a very interesting question, because over the weekend we went to Togo. And the packaging we saw in Togo, and in fact, the previous weekend I was in Nigeria as well. The packaging you see in Ghana now is like streets ahead. Okay, so where we were 3 years ago is where Togo is today.
Now,
so certainly, from the way I see, we're definitely the market leaders, and Ghana is definitely in the lead when it comes to packaging for SMEs.
Right, right. I have been to your place before, your factory, and I must say, it is wonderful. It doesn't even feel like you're in Ghana.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. But when you talk about products, what kind of products do you package?
We package everything, all the Ghanaian products. And I think this gives us opportunity to highlight our theme for this season, for this This Is Ghana exhibition. See, Gari and milk soakings was a very basic snack that we've always eaten. It took something like a kivo or packaging, in fact, to transform this regular snack into something that we eat every day. So this particular customer has got, we've got Gari that comes with chocolate. We've got mix. We've got Gari that comes with coconut flavor. We've got Gari that comes with
I see
vanilla.
there's a bit of coconut in what you're holding.
Yes, this has got coconut in it. So it's providing SMEs with the ability to innovate and to introduce new products on the market. The other advantage that we have in terms of creating businesses, this lady here used to package her cashew nuts in glass bottles. And so she was only able to produce like 20 in a month. With the new flexible packaging, she came, she did the standard pouch, she tested it with 500, and then she came up and ramped up to 5,000. Well, that wasn't enough. She now comes back and
with a smaller one.
With a smaller one. So now she's going for the airlines.
So there's variety.
There's variety.
Yeah.
Right? So we're able, with packaging, to create businesses.
Right.
And that's what This is Ghana is all about. When you come, you have the opportunity to see other products and innovate.
Right.
And with packaging, you're able to address the various markets.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So now let's talk about This is Ghana. How has This is Ghana helped your business? Because I know this is not the first time that you have signed up for This is Ghana. Last year you were there.
Yes.
Last 2 years you were there.
Yes.
So yes, how has this helped your business?
Probably is the benefit of meeting all my customers, okay, in one place. It's a great opportunity to showcase our products and for other customers in the SME space to also showcase their products. It provides a platform for entrepreneurs to actually commingle and to share ideas. And in fact, this year, the interesting part of this year's presentation is that with the new initiative, the government's initiative in the 24-hour economy, focusing on agro-processing, this is going to be a very exciting year for entrepreneurs, agro-entrepreneurs. It creates opportunity for us to also export made in Ghana. So this is Hausa cocoa. Now we're able to export it with the right packaging. We're able to export it. Kumkunte flour as well.
Right.
If you come to Made in Ghana exhibition, this is what Ghana now looks like, previous to the packaging that we had.
Yeah.
So Made in Ghana gives us the opportunity to share our products and also to announce that these things are made in Ghana.
Right.
Last year we saw solar cars.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And people
all
didn't-
packaged here.
Yes,
Yeah.
people didn't believe that Made in Ghana includes things like, not just food, but also industrial concerns. So I will completely endorse it and invite everybody to come along. For EPAC, it's a major day in our trade calendar, so we don't miss it.
Right,
That's why
right.
for the last 3 years we haven't
always
missed it.
been there.
And thanks City and City
One.
Radio and Channel 1 TV for putting this show on for all of us.
Right. That's actually very nice to hear. But now, how does This is Ghana, in your own view, how does This is Ghana exhibition actually help in turning around the, the business terrain in Ghana and also helping SMEs?
I think from the packaging standpoint, the exhibition showcases Made in Ghana products, as I said, and gradually the program has moved on and has become bigger. We used to go to the AMA forecourt, but now it's in a much bigger F.W. Sutherland place. So the demand for it has grown. Businesses are able to also test their products. Okay, so the new innovations coming up. This is an environment for you to test the product, whether customers like it, and the uptake for that, the demand for that. So it's an excellent avenue for businesses from all walks of Made in Ghana to try and find out the market potential for their products.
Right.
Yeah?
Let's look at some of the products again.
Yes.
So this is plantain chips.
Yes.
And plantain chips, but it's in powdery form.
No, it's plantain. We've just sort of put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is plantain chips again.
Yes. And I think the benefit here from a packaging perspective, it's the fact that we have food security with packaging.
Right.
So if you package it well with EPAC, you get a longer shelf life.
Right.
With that, you're able to reduce the seasonality in our supply, in our farming supply. So packaging has a lot of to offer us. Also, the export potential. With this, you're able to export your products.
Right.
Previously, plantain chips will only be sold in our nearest petrol forecourts. But once you've in traffic, right? But once you've got it in an EPAC, you're able to reach the international market.
Right.
We collaborate with a number of online retailers. So we're working with a company called Makola. They have over 2,000 outlets in the US. So when you package with us, we also give you the opportunity to connect with these online platforms and to export your products. I think also primarily the agro processing entrepreneurs, the opportunity is here for us to package things like frozen chicken. Okay.
Or even frozen chicken.
Or even frozen chicken, frozen yam. So, you know, previously we import a significant proportion of our food from outside. That drains our FX. So you see the city always going up and down because we're importing food. Now, with the new dispensation, with this quality of packaging, we're able to package our own food and make it affordable, make it accessible, make it attractive to our internal domestic market to reduce our importation of food. So I think all in all, EPAC and also the exhibition provides a fantastic platform for us to showcase made in Ghana and our export potential.
Right. So how many customers do you have?
Oh gosh, quite a few, into thousands right now.
Wow, into thousands.
Yes,
all from Ghana.
Across the region. So we have customers in Mali, Cameroon, you know.
So obviously
Senegal.
beyond Ghana.
Totally beyond Ghana. Totally beyond Ghana.
So
across the entire West Africa region.
Like if you're into any business that needs packaging, you really do not want to miss this, because like people from outside Ghana are benefiting from this. So what exactly are you waiting for? What exactly are you waiting for? I think each and every one of you needs to reach out to them and, you know, talk business, you know, on how to package your products and make it look presentable for shelves and even exporting. Talking about your business, can you share your location, your number, or your social media handle? So anyone that is watching right now and then says, oh, I'm interested in this.
Right.
Yeah.
So EPAC is on the Spintex Road. We're in the same complex as the new Access Bank. And we have a group of young Ghanaian graduates who are always here to help you weigh your products, give you the exact size, and make recommendations in terms of the type of material that will be helpful to package it for a longer shelf life. We also have designers. We collaborate with designers who help you to present your products and your brand in a beautiful way. So please do contact us. We're on Instagram. EPAC West Africa is on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're also on the web. And we're here to help you improve your branding and to increase your access to the global markets.
All right. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to Victor Sosa, who's the Managing Director of EPAC Flexible Packaging, and it's all about the This is Ghana exhibition. And like I said earlier, this is the only exhibition where you get to show Ghana and the world what you have to offer. And he came with his product, and his product is obviously a service, which is packaging. And like we saw beautiful packaging, beautiful brand designs, beautiful colors, beautiful texture, and it's all happening right here in Ghana. If he's serving other West African countries, what are you waiting for to also benefit from his service? I think you should give them a call, or better still, come to the This is Ghana exhibition that is going to be happening on the 6th and 7th of September 2025, 10 a.m. each day at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, because it's going to be big and you wouldn't want to miss it. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be back with more.
Ghana, West Africa. The mornings are somewhat, if not for the perfect companion. What a good day to start. Another day. It's always smiles knowing we are together. Ooh, what a feeling. Work is always effective with NASCO home appliances. If you not be you, then who go there? classic home appliance for the fisher folks. Enijepa ewo Nasco fie. Nasco, bring home happiness.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again?
Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswati. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late?
Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Kofi from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia, cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness, ministering live Perez Music alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus, also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabi Akwe and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship. Media partner City FM and Channel 1 TV.
Sister, me dad, dear Betty, be an amium, she me. I could eat that. Me many tears, some of them is a camera set. You made us to take it. Sika, sit down to the moon. Juju so more. Baggy the one, dear. You never be free. So, what you say bag number? One number to show. Wow.
That's a minute one for you, Banana Monsolio.
Hey!
Many thanks for staying with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. It's now time for us to visit our communities and tell you what is happening in there and what can be changed concerning situations in there. Today, we are going to the Volta region, specifically Ziavi and Foita area. The stretch, we understand, it's in a very deplorable state. Farmers there are complaining, and also people who are applying their trade in the area are also having concerns raised about this stretch. Let's bring you a report filed by Desmond Selassie Ago, our Volta regional correspondent. After, definitely, we have conversations on that here.
In the whole central municipality of the Volta region, the Ziavi Amfeta Road remains one of the starkest examples of rural neglect. Despite its strategic role in transporting farm produce, the stretch has been left untarred and in poor condition for decades, even though it has been awarded and re-awarded under successive governments. Its current state is not only frustrating for commuters, but is also undermining agriculture, the backbone of the local economy, and threatening food security in the municipality and beyond. Farmers say moving produce such as cassava, maize, pineapple, and tomatoes has become increasingly difficult, with many forced to watch their crops perish due to limited transportation options. Vehicles that attempt to ply the road frequently break down, leaving traders and commuters stranded.
Because more zog more zole I do have for myself. I don't. I do not make mama gas or a more than more. At times, if worry, nature jala, more manuma nutala, a woman got any dura. Two few. More than you know when. No quota, then I don't quota. If you get with Dura, a woman got no money.
The ripple effect is being felt across the region, with fewer supplies reaching market centers in Ho and surrounding towns. Food availability has reduced, contributing to price hikes.
When it is rainy season and the manholes are on the road, the drivers don't work because they said their cars will get spoiled. So if they have to take us through Jolopita Road, then they have to increase the fare.
Paramount Chief of Chome Apedo, Togbe Agoku III, told Channel 1 News that rehabilitating the Ziavi Amfota Road goes beyond infrastructure development. He stressed that fixing the road is a vital step towards linking farming communities to major markets and boosting food security.
Anytime it rains, the road, because it is not tarred, you can really see how it is. The lateral road, when it is not tarred, it becomes very bad, especially during rainy seasons, and it even becomes very worse when these dump trucks are now using it to convey sand, so creating heavy or deep potholes. And whenever it rains, it accumulates water in these deep potholes.
So that's the situation with the Ziavi Amfota Road in the Whole West constituency or municipality. We'll be speaking to our correspondents, Desmond Selassie Ago. Chris, I'm just waiting for they were all the roads in farming communities will be resolved. Then we can have a lot of produce in the big cities, and Charlie, we will enjoy ourselves. But let's speak to Desmond Ago, who is joining us live on phone. Desmond, good morning.
Good morning, Philip.
I trust you're doing well.
Yes, please. How about you?
I'm doing good. If this is the first time someone is hearing Ziavi Amfota, and let us understand which part in the Volta region is it located, using Ho as the capital city, as the landmark, and maybe directing us from Ho itself.
All right, thank you, Philip. So the Ziavi Amfota Road is a linking road. It's a road between the Whole West and the Whole Central municipality. All right, so when you are going to Ziavi, you have to pass through Ho. You climb the Klefe mountain, going towards Amedofe. Just after the first police barrier, you see on your left a downhill. You descend. Then you get to Ziavi Jobel, Ziavi Lume, or to some small villages and also some farms. Then you get to Chome, Apedo, all through to Amfota. And from Amfota, you can either veer to the right to Jolopita and on the left to Fame, Akropo, Sokode, or to Anyawase. All right, so Philip, this road in 2016 was awarded. In 2020, it was re-awarded again. And so now the road has not seen any facelift. It's very bad to the extent that when I went to the villages or when I went through the road, I only met 2 cars. I was on the road for about 3 hours on a motorbike, but I met only 2 cars flying the road. This alone shows that vehicles have stopped using that route, although there are communities along the road. I was speaking to some community members and some farmers who told me their farm products have to be on the farm for a very long time before a benevolent vehicle comes around to take their goods to the market. Another also told me they have to wait on the roadside, waiting for car for a very long time before going to bigger cities like Ho for whatever they are going to do. So it's been a very challenging situation, not just for the residents alone, but especially for the farmers who supply their foodstuff to market. And this has also made it that because the vehicles don't go there frequently, the few that go there charge higher prices just to pass through that route. And it's affecting the farmers as well, who say they make little out of their products at the market. So, Philip, to a large extent, the Ziavi and Feta Road is one of the critical routes in the home municipality and also the whole West district. But because of the nature of the road, it's just affecting almost everybody within the Ziavi and Feta Road.
All right, Desmond, when we talk about the farmers, what kind of produce do they are they focused on?
So we have varieties of farm crops in that locality. We have pineapple, maize. There's actually some large area for pineapple production, and it's also for export. So you can just imagine pineapple, maize, plantain, a whole lot, cassava, yam. The land is a very viable land, so almost anything can thrive on the land. So I can't just pinpoint what exactly is being cultivated on the land, but I know for sure there's a very huge land for pineapple production, about 20 acres or even more of that.
And also, have you heard anything from the authorities? I'm sure the member of parliament for the area, as well as the district chief executive, they may be following up keenly. What has been the talks like since it was awarded 2016 and it has been awarded 2020? Have you been able to find out what the problem is for which maybe the contractor who has been awarded this contract is not on site as we speak now?
All right. Thank you, Philip. So last year, the former MCA for Ho Central, Divine Boston, told me they were going to let contractors come back to site. He also pinpointed some other roads in the municipality, which he was saying contractors are supposed to come back on site. So we were all expecting to see work beginning on the Ziavi and Feta Road. And even before the 2024 elections, several promises were made again that the roads were going to be constructed. And so now we've not heard anything from the new MCU or any of the MPs for now. So I can't really tell what is going on with them. But hopefully with this development, I'm very sure when we contact them, they are going to tell us something tangible on the situation of the road.
Is there a major station, say lorry station, in the area, and when you went there, what the drivers tell you, or what, maybe from whole township itself to that area, what have the drivers been telling you concerning promises they've been given for the road to be constructed or fixed?
All right, so there's no main station in the locality. There's the Vitu and Feta area. There's no main station. The main station is in the whole station. So on the journey, I said earlier we met two drivers or two vehicles. although they didn't want to go on record or on camera, they told me how devastating it is for them. They told me, despite several promises from various government and authorities, the road is still not being fixed. Reason why they've also decided not to fly the road. Instead, they will go through Jolopita, which is a much longer route, and also charge higher to use the deplorable road, that is the Ziavi to Anfresa road. As they say, they have to stay in their shops and also go to the mechanic for maintenance each time they fly the road. And some of the vehicles are just so bad that if even flying the road, you as a passenger, you're not so comfortable. A journey which should take you approximately some 15 to 20 minutes now takes a little over an hour to get to your destination. It's making the journey just so terrible for the road users. Drivers also are saying the same thing. They keep saying they've had several promises, but so now nothing is going on. So they are just hoping that with this new administration, something better might come out of it.
Of course, you are hoping that the new administration will do something better, looking at the fact that the Member of Parliament has been the MP there from 2008. That is Emmanuel Bajor, I think, right?
Yes.
Good.
And the MP for Ho West.
Ho West, yes.
Adam Kososu is the MP
Ho Central.
for
Yeah,
Ho Central.
Makosa, yes.
All right. I just want to know, does the rain affect them in any way?
Yes, to a large extent, the rain affects them because it becomes muddy. Your car gets trapped in the mud. Your farm produce gets stuck on the farm. No vehicle is able to go to the farm to cut the goods to the market. So to a large extent, the rain also affects them. Although we all need the rains, especially the farmers, this is in a large extent affecting them because of the poor nature of the road.
Right. Let's talk about other needs like education and even using the hospitals. Is it the same road that they all ply on, or all this road is actually focused on the farms?
So all this road is what everybody uses. Although there's some health center in Javi Lume.
Mm-hmm.
The bigger hospitals are in the bigger cities, the whole central itself, the whole teaching hospital, and also the whole municipal hospital and other clinics in both hospitals. So, also there are schools in Yavi and also Anfresa. So in terms of schools, children don't really suffer that much. Some even walk to the school.
Oh, okay.
But to access health centers might be a challenge because the health center in Jabilume may not be able to cater for almost all the community members. There's another health center also at Shume Afedo, which I reported on some time ago that it wasn't also working. Work stored there, but when I visited recently, I saw that some works were done, and it seems some of the health personnel were also on site working. So in terms of health, most of the people still rely on the bigger cities for their health concerns.
Wow. But the people there are mainly farmers.
Exactly.
Can you let us know the communities that will benefit should this road be fixed? And do you know how many kilometers it is?
Okay, so Philip, the kilometers is about 25 kilometers.
Wow,
the total kilometer is approximately about 25 kilometers. And the communities on this stretch is Yavi Jobe, Yavi Lume, Mache, some parts of Mache, some parts of Yavi, Shume Afedo, Anfresa, and some smaller farm communities which I can't really recall their names.
Well, this one, thank you so much for your time, and keep watching the space for us. We just pray that the authorities will heed to the cause of the farmers and do the needful. I keep saying that The reason why we are suffering in the bigger cities is because we are not getting food from the food baskets or communities that should actually, we should have the transportation or the carton of produce from those communities to the big cities very easy, because Ho is a very nice place.
Yeah.
I always say this. I haven't been in Ho for 5 years. I would say that Ho is a very, very nice place. It's a very interesting place. If things are made very cool for people, I'm sure that it's going to end this rural urban migration. People wouldn't be thinking of coming to the bigger cities like Accra to seek for greener pastures. They will be in that village, the Ziavi area, do their farming, get the produce, we get vehicles to the place, they catch the produce, they bring it to Ho or even to Accra, even to Tema and other places, and they can also get some money. They can be financially stable.
Yeah, I don't know, but it baffles me sometimes how, you know, we think, or those that are supposed to be in charge think, because these, like you said, the food baskets, you know the food baskets,
We
so
know them.
don't play with it.
We know them.
You know the food baskets, so don't play with it. I mean, if we can have pineapples coming from those areas, why would we want to import pineapples from anywhere?
Yes, we have maize, cassava, plantain. Now you'd want to even prepare a simple meal in Accra. If you do not have more than 100 Ghana cedis,
You
you
can't.
would not be able to
Oh,
eat.
no, you can't.
And this road I'm looking at, it's not any bad road, I can say.
Yeah, because I thought I was going to see
Exactly.
serious
Having-
potholes and things.
Having covered or seen roads like Santor or East Legon Hills, or seen roads like Pokwase, Sawam, seen roads like Apollonia, seen roads like those ones in Botiano, English, Yamanfrum, seen roads in Ga West, Amasaman area, seen roads in even the northern region that we understand that another road there, people are not able to move and all
Oh,
that.
yeah, we've seen a lot of them on this show.
road is far better. And what is needed right now is to asphalt the road and do the needed work and asphalt the road. See, if 2016, we just need to get the details well. 2016, the contract is awarded. 2020, it was awarded. But there isn't any contractor on
So
site.
they keep awarding.
That means there's a problem somewhere. That means an amount of money
Has gone somewhere.
Exactly. Or there is a problem. Sit down, fix the problem. Let the farmers heave a sigh of relief. Let them bring their produce to the bigger cities and make money. Because see, these things, when they are not resolved in the very long term, causes post-harvest losses.
Oh, yes.
So you have your produce on your farm, you are not able to sell, you are making losses, people are not giving you money and all that. And we sit in this country and we say that we are suffering. When in the rural areas, there are people there killing themselves, working 24/7. Because see, when you go to the village, you see a farmer going to the farm to work. That farmer leaves home around 8 a.m. and may return around 2 or 4 p.m. So are you trying to tell me that the efforts of the farmer is wasted?
Yeah.
It's wasted as a result of a road that could have been fixed to get everybody going about his or her duties. But we have Togbe Agoku III, the chief for Chiame Afedo. Let's engage him and find out from him what the conversations have been around like for the fixing of the Ziavi and Foita Road. Hello, Chief. Good morning.
Morning.
I trust you are doing well.
Yes, please.
First of all, I want to find out from you. We understand that the Ziavi and Foita Road was awarded in 2016 and also in 2020. Is that right? And if yes, why hasn't the road been constructed for this long period?
Yeah, thank you very much. So let me take the opportunity to greet the listeners. It is true that the road was awarded somewhere in 2016. And then the contractor was on site, then constructing culverts on the road. Then after the change of government, there was a hold-up. In fact, it was there until 2020
when a new contractor came and then did some, in fact, for me, I'll call it the shoddy work. Did the shoddy work on the road. It was not hard, and anytime it rains, the whole existing road was up. It's a laterite road. So that is the situation up to today. And it is right now, as I'm speaking, it's very wet. Because, the area is a forest and a grassland area. Anytime it rains, it creates a lot of potholes on the road. And the worst thing is these dump trucks are now using the road and creating a very deep potholes. And whenever it rains, accumulate water on this deep pothole. That is the situation right now. I don't know why it has not been fixed as you asked. I don't know.
Wow. But have you checked with the MC of the area, or have you checked with the member of parliament for the area why a particular contractor came on site, didn't do the road well, now the road has gotten into the bad shape, and how maybe the authorities are going after that particular contractor?
To be honest with you, the road it passes through two constituencies and then the district assembly. I'm from the whole west. That my hometown is Chome Afedo. Chome Afedo. And then my the portion of the road is one is at this in Whole West, the other one Whole Center. In fact, the current Whole West this is chief executive. To be honest with you, he is aware and he is trying to assist. But for MP, I'll ask you that if you contact him, I will not contact him. I beg you.
But we understand that is a farming community. Can you help us understand what the farmers there do cultivate and how this is becoming a border to the farmers in the area as well?
We cultivate all kinds of food. We have cocoyam, plantain, maize, yes, what have you, everything, even vegetables, banana, yes. These are the crops that we cultivate. Not necessarily my hometown. I know all the towns that use the people from other towns, like Sayofe, we have a Sayofe, Agokbo, Bogame, Demi, Amfota, Chebi, Amfota, Zogo, Amfota, Bogame, then Helsi and all these things. That road links to Bame, to Honuta, which I would describe as an international road, because Honuta, from there, then you enter Togo, the Republic of Togo. So this particular road links to that road at Amfota, Bogame, creating a T-junction there. You see the point?
Yeah.
So that road is the shortest way for all those communities to Ho. Ho is the regional capital. That is where we all go. Even today, the Ho market day, as I'm speaking from Ho. You see the point? And then we are the direct beneficiaries. That's Chome Amfota. And then we are the direct beneficiaries. We are the people that are affected most.
Wow, on this particular road. We understand that drivers have increased transport fares as a result of the deplorable nature of the road. Is it true? Can you confirm this to us?
Well, yes. Formerly, they were taking, taxis were taking 20 cedis. Then when they reduced the distance, it was up to 17. The minibuses, they take 18. But right now, it has gone to the same level. Taxis are taking 20 cedis, and then the ovens, now 18 cedis. But sometimes especially when it rains heavily and the road cannot be used, it's impassable, they decide to pass through this match to this Joloputa, and then merry-go-round. So they increase it to 20. Some even take 25 street. That is it.
Wow. You are talking of a journey from whole market to the area you are in. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Is that when they decide to make something like Detroit, yes, when it rains and the road is passable, and then they have to use another route. That's where I'm saying that they take something up to 20 to 25, but the drivers themselves, in fact, they see our condition. So when they some of them that use the road, they take 20 cedis, that is charges, and then the mini buses they take 18 cedis.
Wow. So meaning if you don't have this money, you can't move out.
Yes, that is true.
Aside farming, what other, say, occupation are people in the Chiaume, Apedo into, and also the people who reside along the Ziavi and Poita Road?
You know, we have teachers also, but as I said, the inhabitants are predominantly peasant farmers.
Okay.
Yes, and aside that, we have this teachers and then nurses who are also at the other towns, like let's see, Amkweta, Bogame, Saviofe. Yes, those people, that's where those towns, that's where we have a nurse, and then teachers, even including my hometown. But my hometown, we only have teachers, we don't have nurses. The team compound that is also under construction since 2016, as I said, it's also on hold for my hometown. Yes, but let's concentrate on this road. The road is more important for us.
Wow.
So that is it. And then aside that, in fact, we have, my area is a forest and a grassland area. We have this bamboo. In fact, I can say that my hometown alone, we can supply the whole of Ghana with bamboo.
Really?
Yes, we have two rivers, River Kale, and then River Zangba, that give us this bamboo. We have bamboo, and then we have the arable land, big land.
Wow.
If anybody who, your correspondent can even attest to this, you have arable land, anybody who wants to come and farm or invest in farming, you can come. Bamboo harvesting, you can come. Yes.
So are you saying that we are not, there is no way we should be hungry in this country if we focus on areas like yours?
I am telling you, to be honest with you, anybody who uses this road will tell you that it is a very vast, fallow land. Yes, nobody is using it. Yeah, but if the road is good, investors will invest in this farming and then make good use of this land.
Wow. When last did you have sort of talks with the authorities? And again, we will put it at the doorsteps of the authorities to push the agenda for the fixing of the road. When last did you speak to them?
Oh, we will just appeal to them that, in fact, they should then fix the road for us. One thing, everybody, good roads is a catalyst to economic development. And to be honest with you, most of these people who are in Accra, Kumasi, big towns, and then they are evicting them, living in swamp areas. They are some areas. So if the government develop these rural areas, we are only asking of good roads. If the roads are good, they will remain here. You have electricity, we have water. If the roads are good, we will remain here. Nobody will run to Accra or Kumasi to go enjoy good roads and then thereby finding his or herself in a swampy area. Then later on, they will come and be ejecting them. The best way of solving this evicting people and all this is to develop the rural areas, especially our towns. If these things are fixed, nobody will go to these big towns to go and even suffer. You see, because if you are in a rural area, you eat natural food. You see the point?
Yeah.
Yes. So we are only appealing I am only appealing to the government that they should concentrate on I think there's a small cake of the national cake should be used to construct good road for us. They should if they tie this road right now, it's okay for us because if they put laterite on it, if it rains, it washes away. Then the money that is used in doing that thing, they have to another 2 or 3 years. They have to come back again. But if they put quota on it, it is good for all of us. It will last.
Well, Now, well, the roads minister comes from the Volta region. You would want to speak to your residents or their subjects, to the MC of the area, to the MP, and also to the roads minister courting their support. You can do that in your local dialect if you want. So we are giving you the platform to do so.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello.
Yeah, we are here.
Is the road minister Kadia?
No, it's not. But we are just giving you the opportunity to, speak to him just in case they are watching.
Yeah. So you would want to speak to your residents, the MC, the MP, the roads minister. You can do that in your dialect if you want.
I'm in who? So if he's on the here, if they are available, I'm ready to do that.
Oh, but you can go ahead. Maybe he's watching. Maybe someone will get the information to him.
Okay. Now you can blow me like with that when you die. You like to call me. Me out for more. I'm for charge. You may be more care. They divide me more menu. Next, ja, ne, Chimega Jahan, as you are by Gombe Fufu, so yellow morty, ne do, never let Petty, I read this like cracket to Megaja, ne do, ne, yellow woman, never do a vola, elebe, na gadolia, allo, na, yes, I'm a summer for a show, a more menu, Samila Kuku Dena Giludua, Manager Modonami. Yes, no, the coach, I'm going to move the Kabia, American will be back of the Cotemia Cotocumo, and more Jack will have a very enemy. So, Jaramodoa, say, I get a Avado, we take a job, our Egombe, who, Aya, Kuine, Uganda, take it for a Miapetigo, I see a check, a Duseya, oh man, Yoko, come to do fear for Bahu, Seminary, Nona may you pay my con to do. Bahu, open a lati me egbe Kenya hosia. I'm a pagan to really asema etomia pe do so say a woman. I'm quite to me savio pe do to markata nyabeteminya kamila kuku be Nigeria. Meka gbe moya me dey even 30 kilometers that so. Meka gbe ne ba o jira moya lo fe kanania. Dana pe economy. Yes, all
right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you also.
So that was the chief of Chiaume Apedo. He is Togbe Agoku III. Chris, you want to explain what he said?
Yes, he just asked the authorities to please come and fix the road for them because if it rains, it gets muddy. If it doesn't rain, there's dust all over. Even if you wear clean clothes, by the time you ply that road and get to your destination, everyone will know that you came from a very, very dusty road. That they are not asking for money. They're not asking for money at all. All they need is just good roads so they can focus on their farming. Because there are so many communities that actually ply that road to, go to the farms, and some of their produce have to all go to the market. So it's important that the authorities, actually help, because if they help, this will actually translate in helping the economy of the country. So they are not asking for money. All they are asking is, but please fix our roads for us, even if it's just to use quota and put it on it. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, that's a good one there.
Anyway, I wish them luck, and I hope the authorities get to figure out what to do with that road, because it's kind of worrying hearing that contracts were awarded 2 times and obviously nothing happened.
And from what the chief said, he says that the second one, that the contractor came on site and he can term what the contractor did as
very shoddy work.
And if this road was fixed long ago, it would have been serving a good purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe we would have to get to the MP one of these days, Honorable Emmanuel Bejra, and ask him what really the concerns are getting the road to be fixed.
Yeah. Anyway, on that note, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be back with more, especially This is Ghana exhibition.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies. In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensah.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensah.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Harmony in the kitchen begins with harmony in the soul. And my guest, Fifi Flawless, is a musician. And what did they say? Music is food for what? For the soul. And so the philosophy is complete.
I'm going to be preparing yams and garden next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joined the orchestra and then you met like-minded people.
Yes,
and
so that was the
after secondary
Accra
school, you didn't want to.
Yeah, I didn't want to just go into anything. I just wanted to continue with the instrument. So it was there I met AJ Fannin.
Okay, so that means you started learning the instrument. Even was it when you were in high school or before you went to high school?
So I was introduced to it when I was in high school.
Okay.
This is a really nice package.
It's really cool, isn't it?
It's really nice.
And I like the way they've done like the small sachets. So
yeah,
everything in one. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I end up falling in love with you?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice.
You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV. We are still having a lot more talks on this Ghana exhibition and fair. We're still telling you that if you've not thought of being part of this important exhibition and fair, please do that now. 0205 973 973, the registration line, to get all the details you want for this all-important exhibition and fair. Part of the partners and sponsors for this event is the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, GEPA. You may have heard of them for a very long time. The director project, that is for GEPA, Alexander Dajawa, is in studio to first tell us what GEPA they are into, and also the reason why they are partnering or sponsoring this exhibition and fair. Hello, sir, you're welcome. I trust you are doing well.
Yes, we are doing very well.
We are excited to actually have GEPA being part of this exhibition and fair. But if somebody is watching for the very first time, you are in charge of exporting produce and things from the country. Why the interest to support or to be part of this Ghana exhibition and fair?
All right, thank you very much for the opportunity. Now, a lot of people know Ghana Export Promotion Authority, but some also don't know us that much. For those who don't know GEPA, we are a government agency under the Ministry of Trade and Industry with the mandates to promote Ghanaian exports, made in Ghana exports. So any product at all from Ghana that meets the international market requirements qualified to be promoted by GEPA. And we've been doing this for several years. And so you asked about the interest. Yes, this is Ghana exhibition suggests that the exhibition is about made in Ghana products, right? So everything made in Ghana. And what GEPA does is to promote everything made in Ghana. So our objectives align perfectly. And so when we were approached by not less a person than your managing director himself, Samains, it didn't take our CEO a lot of efforts to align with it. And so we have agreed to be a partner of This is Ghana exhibition for the single purpose that we want to use it also to educate the Ghanaian public a lot more about the necessity to export made in Ghana products and what it would take for any SME to do this. And we are also going to use the opportunity to scout for new companies, scout for new products, because we cannot pretend that we are familiar with all the production of Ghanaian products going on in Ghana. And so that platform brings a lot more companies on board to explore. And so when we go there and we partner, we'll be able to spot new companies that are not registered with GEPA. We assess their products. If they meet the quality requirements, then bingo, we are in for business.
Ghana, its economy is import-driven. We import a lot of things. But we have things that we do export in this country that is actually helping the economy. Ghana Export Promotion Authority, you are into this.
No, we export also a lot. Even though we import a lot, we also export a lot. At some points, we have a balance of trade in our favor sometimes. Even though we do a lot of imports, we also do a lot of exports. So sometimes the balancing it to be either negative or positive. Sometimes it's positive in favor of Ghana, which means Ghana is exporting more than it's importing. You may not believe this, but it is true. And so, yes, we are import dependent, but also we are export oriented. And that is the reason why we take these opportunities very seriously to discover new products that we will be able to promote to the export market. Let me just inform you that last year, 2024, the total non-traditional exports from Ghana is around $3.8 billion.
Wow.
$3.8 billion worth of Ghanaian exports, made up of myriads of products
like
cosmetics, steel products, iron products, aluminium utensils, plastic, mention it, furniture,
Or from
processed
Ghana to
food.
other countries?
Yes, from Ghana, cocoa processed products, chocolates, cocoa powder, cocoa butter, cocoa cake, cashew nuts, and the list is very tall.
Yeah.
Garments,
yes,
textiles, garments, pharmaceutical products, and a lot more. And so Ghana is not, doing that badly, but we can do more.
Yes.
And as you know, government's focus is on accelerated export development, which His Excellency the President has announced. And there's a whole council that is promoting the Ghana-made brand so that we can export more and gain more foreign exchange. So for GEPA,
but
our tagline
gaining the
is,
foreign
yes,
exchange and getting more, is there sort of a plan or a target, say by 2030,
yes.
by 2040,
Yes.
GEPA has to do this or Ghana has to achieve this?
Yes, there is a target. In actual fact, GEPA's mandate primarily is to promote non-traditional exports.
Okay.
In Ghana, we have two main types of exports. The traditional export, that is cocoa beans, gold, timber, and all that, which gives us roughly about $11 billion annually. Then we have the non-traditional products, that is anything else that is value added, or that is not cocoa beans, that is not gold, that is not diamond or bauxite or whatever, we promote. Okay, so for non-traditional exports, the target of Ghana currently is to achieve $10 billion worth of Ghanaian exports by the year 2029. So within the next 5 years,
we should achieve.
Yes, the target is to achieve 10 billion. As I told you, we are around 3.9 billion now. So we have the duty.
So you're looking at
to ensure
6.1
deficit that we need to, cover in the next 5 years.
Wow.
And that is why this is Ghana exhibition is also very critical, because it will enable us to unearth new products that we can assist to export. So when we export more, then we generate more revenue for the country.
But looking at GEPA and what you do you think that we have conducive environment to let local businesses thrive, especially people who want to enter into made in Ghana products?
Well, we can improve on the environment. It's not too bad, and that is why we are able to achieve almost $4 billion of non-traditional export, which means that there's something good happening. But we can do more. So stability in the macroeconomic environment is very important. Utility, costs of, let's say, electricity, water, and all that is very important, because primarily we are dealing with processing firms that are doing value added, and therefore they will use a lot of energy, they will use a lot of electricity, they will use a lot of water. The cost of these things impact on the final price of the products that we are producing. So we would want the cost of utilities to be affordable for industry. And I know that the Association of Ghana Industries, which is the sector body that is promoting this, has been talking to government all the time.
But haven't
recently too, we know that the situations have improved. The fact that the city has stabilized would mean that industry can plan, and we can have quite stable exchange rates to deal with, because we also import a lot of these inputs from abroad. So when the exchange rate is very stable, which is not increasing arbitrarily, then they can plan ahead, and then this will help them to get a lot more inputs or raw material that will go into the production of this product.
But haven't identified a particular, say, local business, somebody who is doing well, and you want to export or help the person export and all that. Share with us some of the assistance you give to these local business or this Ghanaian business, and the person is doing everything possible to get things on the market.
Okay, we provide all assistance minus financial assistance or minus giving them funds, because our money doesn't include giving them financial assistance, which they can obtain from other bodies, particularly the banks. Apart from that, everything else that we should do to help the companies to grow, we do. We provide them advisory services, we provide them market information, we provide them capacity building, we help them to grow their business, we improve on the human capacity of the companies themselves, those who are working in the company. We provide them we help them to go to the markets. So we do a lot of trade fairs, you know, like the one you are doing now.
Yeah.
We do some locally also, but most of them abroad. So we take our companies to international trade fairs, and they get orders for their products. So when they get the orders, we help them to link them up with financial institutions, all the financial institutions, including also the Ghana Exim Bank, which is set up primarily to support export-oriented companies to grow. So we do a lot, you know. We do road shows, we do sensitization on why it is important to go into export business, and so forth and so on.
So does it mean that someone who comes for this exhibition as a vendor stands the chance of benefiting everything you've said from GEPA?
Exactly so, because we are going to have a GEPA booth at the event, which is going to be an information delivery booth, where anybody who is interested in getting information on the export market can come, and then we'll help the person. And then we'll register them. We will take their details. Thereafter, we would have to look at them seriously to see whether they meet the export readiness checker. That is, are they ready to export? We can even go and check their production lines to see if the products that they are producing meet the standards. How is their packaging like? You know, how is their labeling and all this? These are technical information that we can provide to them, make them ready. And if we assess them and they are export ready, we register them as exporters. Then we take them through our export school. We have a training program called the Export School, which is a 1-week intensive capacity delivery program, which covers a lot of topics: contracts, packaging, labeling, how to cost your products, international regulations. All these things are very important for anybody or the SMEs who want to go into export, because export business is not that simple. It's quite complex. Yes.
Thank you so much, Alexander Dajawa. He's a director project at GEPA, and I'm asking you this question again. What are you sitting home doing? You should be registering now and get your slot, because all the benefits he's mentioned, you'll definitely be able to get it if you are part of the This is Ghana exhibition and fair for free. And he's indicated they'll take you through the process and ensure that if you meet whatever their standards are, definitely you'll be producing locally, but you'll definitely be trading globally. Thank you so much, sir. We are grateful for your time. This is still Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV. Let's bring you the entertainment highlights of the day.
Hello and welcome to Entertainment Highlights on Breakfast Daily. My name is Ni Komete Kome, and this is proudly powered by GhanaWeekend.com. Now let's jump into our first highlight, and we have the controversial man, Shatta Wale, who has performed a spiritual cleansing at Teshi Beach after being released on bail in a $4 million fraud-linked Lamborghini case. Now granted bail of 5 million Ghana cedi, he must report to Ioko thrice weekly while investigations continue. The ritual, led by local chiefs, was meant to free him from negative energy amid mounting legal and public scrutiny. Now to our next highlight. Comedian and actor Seth Kwame Jokoto has earned a master's degree in defense and international politics from the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College. Inspired by a radio lecture on the Russian-Ukraine war, he pursued further studies, crediting God's grace and Ibrahim Muhammad's support. Known for his comedic roles, Jokoto's achievements reflect his versatility and serves as motivation for others to embrace continuous learning. Now to our next highlight. Vybz Kartel has released a video performing a motivational verse on Shatta Wale's Street Crown, blending his lines with Wale's hook in a show of unity. Now Shatta Wale responded emotionally on Facebook, thanking Kartel and hailing the collaboration as a powerful bond between SM and Gaza. The track's lyrics highlight resilience, strength, and survival. Now let's take a look at this video.
Vybz Kartel, Shatta Wale. Where many are falling, a king must born. From the midst of darkness, light will come. You don't know if you see tomorrow.
Now to our next highlight, and we follow the money because Forbes has crowned Jay-Z the world's richest musician with a $2.5 billion fortune built from music, art, and business ventures. Taylor Swift with $1.6 billion and Rihanna $1 billion follow. With 25 Grammys, global influence, and a combined $3.5 billion empire with Beyoncé, Jay-Z's legacy extends far beyond music into culture and civil rights. Now let's get into our last highlight, but definitely not the least, because Hilda Baci, renowned for her 100-hour cookathon record in 2023, is gearing up to cook the world's largest pot of jollof rice, a 6M by 6M masterpiece, on September 12, 2025 in Lagos. Now, a trial run has already been completed, and the event is promising to blend culinary ambition with cultural celebration to unite food, music, community in a record-breaking showcase.
Some dreams keep us awake until we make them reality. In 2023, it was the Hilda Baci Cookathon that took the world by storm. This year, it's jollof, the heartbeat of West Africa, a taste that tells our story. It's more than cooking. It's a celebration of our food, our culture, music, and us. We're making history again, and I want you to be there when it happens.
Now you can get details and updates of these stories when you visit GhanaWeekend.com. Have you visited GhanaWeekend.com today? Do that now. Now let's check out Channel 1 TV's Top 10 Countdown.
This how, no I can't let go. You be down peace with the heart full of gold. Been through hell, you my heaven for real.
She says she there with me, for me no be one of them.
Number 9.
Wouldn't tell me to sacrifice it all. But I'm just another guy, just another guy. If I could, you wouldn't tell me to sacrifice it all.
Number 8. Number 7.
Every day we live in la vida loca. Even when you're mad at me, I'm loving your posture. And I dream me besides our brothers and notes. I made the wobble me down when I make sure we're supposed
Number
to.
6.
Now give me composure. What money can do, more money can do. Hey, now your papa money.
Number 5. Number 4.
Beginning to think I don't need another lover. Found you today, I don't wanna go back. I don't want to be with a Casanova. Yes,
Number 3.
Ain't nobody got sauce like me. Style don't send me 1,001. Drip no everyday for white tee. Air Force don't see the brand new one.
Me, I want to dance, I want to. Mama, me,
Number 2.
Me so fresh. Me, I'm a way. Na JJ now way. Rami, I'm a sume Jason coming way. They see them a family way. Me, I'm a way. JJ now way.
Number 1.
One side, shoulder, shoulder. One side, shoulder, shoulder. One side, shoulder, shoulder. One side, shoulder. It's a woman to my number.
This is the Channel 1 Countdown.
And that wraps up today's entertainment highlight on Breakfast Daily, powered by GhanaWeekend.com, your go-to for all the buzz in Ghana's showbiz world. For more stories, exclusive videos, and behind-the-scenes action, follow us across all socials at Ghana Weekend on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok, and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube.
And of course, visit GhanaWeekend.com for all the entertainment stories that you need, and certainly you'll be served well on that network. We are now about to talk about something interesting that has to do with agriculture. It has to do with what we eat, what we do in this country in terms of having farmers and all that. But in studio is Ghana Association of Female Agricultural and Fish Farming, GAFAFAO. And in studio we have Ernestina Osei, who is the chairperson of GAFAFAO. We also have Mabel Ann Akoto, who is the vice chairperson for the same organization, GAFAFAO. Ama Ohenewa, a member for the Eastern Regional Rep, or she's the Eastern Regional Rep for GAFAFAO. We also have Atu Kwamena Mensah, founder and CEO of Let's Be Happy LBH. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Let's smile. I know you're having an upcoming event tomorrow that has to do with annual general meeting and also the induction of cohort 3. Let's start with you, chairperson. Tell us details about GAFAFAO. What do you do?
Thank you. So GAFAFAO is all female who are working in the agri sector. So from production right to the final consumer. That's the line, the chain in agriculture. We find the women in all these. So these women are the ones who have won awards, the Farmers' Day celebration. So we have some at the national level, some winning at the regional, and others at the district level. And these women have come up, teamed up to champion the cause of the woman farmer in Ghana.
Oh, wow, that's nice. Let's speak to you, Mabel, right? There's a women who have won an award. So which award did you win? Which year you won an award for what?
The second National Best Farmer 2017.
Oh, what were you into? What do you produce? What do you...
My main product is rice, but I have tree crops. I have cash crops like cocoa, coffee. I have palm. I have plantain, I have vegetables, I have a poultry farm, and I have animal husbandry.
Oh, beautiful.
And I process everything. I add value to everything I grow.
So you're still doing it?
Yes, I'm still doing it.
And your farms are located where?
In the Uti region of Ghana.
And for how long have you been doing this?
20 years now.
20 years. Let me start with you. Maybe you're based on some of the challenges in the industry. That's good. You've been doing this for 20 years. What do you think that can be changed to help your business or to help you do what you are doing right?
I think we need working capital. If we have working capital, we'll be able to buy more of our equipment so we don't rely on hiring. At the moment, I do a lot of rice, but I don't have a mill of my own. So I mill in the public mills. But then we have special mills that have all the accessories that we need to get a perfect finish up. And I am someone who is looking at quality, not quantity.
Oh.
So I always want to stick on my quality, no matter how difficult it is. So with that, you need the specialized equipment like we have in Thailand and all the others that are growing very good rice, so that we can match whatever they are bringing into the country.
Wow, beautiful. And that's an interesting one. Ama Ohenewa, you are in the Eastern region.
Yes.
And you won an award.
Yes.
As what?
Eastern Regional Female Farmer.
Oh, okay. You're into what?
2023. I mean, in rice, several of the crops, cocoa, palm, vegetables, etc., fish farming, animal farming.
The way you are saying it like it's easy. It's easy to be a farmer. Is it that easy, or it's, say, 50-50?
Let me say it's easy.
Okay.
It's just a mindset. If you prepare your mind to be a farmer, it's easy. Or you just have a passion for what you do. If you have a passion for farming, It's easy.
So you have a passion for farming?
Yes.
And you've been doing this for how many years?
For 15 years now.
15 good years.
Yes.
And you're still doing it?
Yes.
Wow. But what I understand is Gafafa is for women and you are a man. Why are you part of them?
Exactly. Yeah, so for myself at Tupamina, we, LBH, we are a digital first agri-tech platform. And what we do is we partner with organizations like Gafafa, who are a network of women farmers. And we would say they are mostly farmers who, you know, they know what they are doing on the field, but they need that digital touch to help them connect to what they mentioned, capital, the right machinery, right? And with what she said, farming, even though it's if you look at the stats, it contributes to close to 40% of Ghana's GDP. Banks, the funding that gets to farmers is less than 5% from commercial banks, and which is appalling, right? So what we do is, how do we help them to document what they are doing, and how do we help them find strategic partners using technology? And that's what we've built in Ghana and Rwanda, and we've partnered with Gafafa to help them digitize the farmers themselves in their network. So I don't know if she mentioned their network of over 40,000 female farmers in Ghana alone. And we are helping them to digitize that and then helping them to attract the right partners in Ghana and beyond so they can do farming profitably. So the female farmers on my right-hand side can access the capital to get the machinery they need to not just grow the food, but also process it for all of us here to, you know, consume. And I know I'm the person representing LBH, but my company as well, on our leadership team, we are made up of 50% female, 50% male. It's just exactly. I'm just the guy that had to be here today.
That's nice. That's an interesting one. So, Chairperson, first of all, let me find out what you do by way of farming, and also tell us details of the annual general meeting, when it's happening, and also the induction ceremony that will be happening there.
Thank you. So I do a lot. So I group it into, I do tree crops or cash crops. I do food crops. I do poultry, livestock in general, and I do aquaculture as well. So if I want to mention specifics, we may not leave this place. I do a lot. And Gafafa, we're having our annual general meeting. That's tomorrow. Every year, since the inception of Gafafa, we started in 2023 with those who won the awards in 2022. And every year, we hope to add on. So those who win the awards every particular year, we add them on the following year. So that's what we're going to do by inducting the 2024 award winners. And I happen to be the reigning champion. So I won last year, 2024.
Say winner.
Yes. Yes, we are bringing all these women together. So it's going to happen at Chandelier Magique. That's close to His Majesty Hotel at Trade Fair. And it's not only the AGM, we are adding on exhibition. We want to exhibit what the women are doing. We want the people to come and have a feel of it. We are also bringing in a lot of stakeholders for them to engage with the women, for them to have a feel of what these women can do. Now, most of the time when you go to the stakeholders, they will ask you the question, where are the women? Because we've been looking for the women and we are not getting to them. But Gafafa had made sure that we bring all these women to showcase to them that if you really want to get the women, you can get them. If you don't know how, get in touch with
Gafafa or you get the women.
Yes.
Wow. But I want to find out from you, now that when someone wins or someone is awarded, how do you get them? Or you get in touch with them or they get in touch with you?
Okay. Thank you. So initially it was Policy Link. That's an activity with the Feed the Future USAID. They initiated it. But after that, we all know the bomb that blasted this year.
Yes.
As USAID is no more. But the women have taken it upon ourselves. We contacted them through MOFA, that's the ministry. We got to them and then they sent the request across the 16 regions of Ghana. And from there, we had the women and we called them personally, spoke to them, and once they saw reason in what we are doing, they all come on.
Wow, beautiful. Let me speak to Ohenewa before I go to Madam Mabel. Now, you have been doing this in the Eastern region. Are there peculiar issues in the Eastern region you think that should be addressed for farmers like you, having done this for 15 good years?
Yes. The major one is rice farmers. We need dryer because we depend on sun. But as of these days, you see the weather. We don't have enough sun to dry our rice. We don't feel comfortable to prepare the rice the way we want it.
Okay.
You won't get the quality because of weather. If you don't dry it well, you face post-harvest losses.
Yes.
And then some like diseases like what this thing, aflatoxin and others.
Yeah.
So that is our main problem rice farmers facing in the Eastern region.
Wow.
And then our farm roads.
Roads, yes.
To our farm.
Very important.
That's the
we were talking
problem.
about one this morning from Ziavi in that area, that the roads are very bad.
Oh,
you are actually in the OT region, so she can actually
Their
talk
own
more.
is better than ours.
Really?
In the
Yours
Eastern region.
bad?
Very bad.
What side of the Eastern region?
I'm in Brim Central Municipal.
Brim Central.
I came out down.
Okay. The road is bad.
Farm roads, not easy.
So how do you get your produce to the bigger cities? Say you get it to the Eastern region, Koforidua,
Yes.
or you get it to Accra. How do you do it? With the bad roads that you are talking about?
That makes the farmer suffer. Before you bring your crop from your farm to roadside to pick a car, that is a problem. We use tricycle and others. Sometimes we fell down, accident, so our road is bad. So we suffer bringing our food crops to the Eastern region capital, Koforidua and others.
Wow. Auntie Mabel, we know that we are supposed to say, or it's being pushed, that consume made in Ghana products, consume local rice and all that. How is the consumption going like when it comes to patronage, when people are supposed to buy local rice, since you are a rice farmer yourself?
Hey, as for the consumption, it's 100%.
Oh.
I can't even meet the demand as of now.
Oh.
So we need to produce more. We need to process more, and not just processing more, but the quality should be good. Because as I sit here, as for my rice, Oka rice is hot.
What's the name again?
Oka rice.
Oka rice.
Yes.
Where can we find it?
It's in some supermarkets,
Okay.
but I can't promise you that you see it in the supermarket.
Okay. Why?
So as soon as it gets there, it's
It's
gone.
finished. I think I have to take your contact so that I can come directly to your farm.
And in our case, too, we are the only farm in Ghana planting basmati rice.
Oh.
We are doing black rice. And all this, we all know, I do a lot of brown rice too. It's very healthy. And now we have a lot of healthy eaters who are watching their diets. So as soon as they know you are producing it, you
They'll
can't
come after
supply.
you.
Yes. That is our problem. So we have to do it on a vast scale. And that is where we say we need money to do it. Because where I am, we have vast fields in the OT region, especially when you look at the Karachi areas. There are vast lands when you look at the Nkwanta North to Bimbila areas. Vast arable lands for the planting of rice throughout the year. 365 days, you can plant rice. We have the Volta Lake bordering us, we have the Oti River, and so you can do a lot of irrigation and get your good quality rice that we can even serve the nation.
So that means we are just suffering in Accra or the big cities for nothing. If we can do all this, Auntie Ernestina, what do you think of it for the fact that food prices shoot up, go up, and sometimes shortages here and there? Since you've been doing Gafafa and all that, do you think that the narrative can change?
Yeah, the narrative can change if we put in our best. So the women are there, our farmers are ready to work, but as we speak, as at now, in this modern world that we find ourselves, farmers are still using the crude way of farming.
Farming, yeah.
So how can they upscale?
Yeah.
We have the ability to do it. It's only left with the inputs to use. That's why Gafafa, we are just 2 years old, and it is our hope, it is part of our vision to get there, where we can speak with the authorities, the right authorities, for them to look at the women. If you look at our theme for this year, it's rooted in experience.
Yes.
We can change the narratives of the agri space, no matter what we say. We are the women feeding the nation. So if help is given, and then in this, what we need is machinery. You know, we can't depend on rain-fed agriculture to feed our plants. No, we need a lot of things, but to put everything down to everything boils down to the policies, to our authorities, and so on. So we are gathering momentum, and we want to speak, and we have started speaking, and we know that very soon help is going to come.
I like that, and the fact that the Agric Minister will be there himself.
Yes, he will be there.
And Eric Opoku will be there to also understand your concerns. Yeah. I'm really excited. I'm really shocked as well, especially with the basmati rice you are producing in Ghana, one in town. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming, and definitely we'll be at the event tomorrow. And make sure that you make your way to the event tomorrow. That is the Ghana Association of Female Agricultural and Fish Farming. That is GAFAFAO annual general meeting and the induction of the court. 3 members that will be done tomorrow. Let's bring you more after this break on Breakfast Daily, Channel 1 TV.
World filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Many thanks for joining us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. It's not time for us to talk sports. Yao Menta is in studio. Yao, you're looking sharp.
Oh, thank you very much, Philip. Thank you very much.
What is in the world of sports?
Sports, in the world of sports, a lot of things happened over the weekend. This past weekend, we had the Galka Top 4 come to a close. and BBN Gold Stars, who are the reigning champions of the Ghana Premier League. They ended up winning the competition. And that's one of the biggest takeaways from that particular tournament. And another big takeaway from that particular tournament was Kotoko going winless.
Oh.
They played 3 games in the tournament. They lost all 3 games. And last night was...
you mean Kotoko?
Yes, Kotoko. Yeah. Apembeba, yeah. And last night, they ended up losing by 2-0 to Accra Hearts. Oh, yeah. Yes, there was a problem. Prior to this tournament, they had won all their preseason competitions and games, including the Toyota Cup in South Africa. And unfortunately, they had some goalkeeping mishaps and some backline issues. The defenders weren't in sync, weren't on point. And that's what led to 2 goals they conceded against Accra Hearts. And that loss to Accra Hearts ended up giving BBN Gold Stars a chance to win the title. They ended up drawing 1-1 with Pando Hearts of Lions, and yeah, they emerged champions. And so yeah, BBN Gold Stars they won the 2025 GACA Top 4. Accra Hearts finished in 2nd place. They lost the title by just goal difference to BBN Gold Stars. So yeah, congratulations to BBN Gold Stars. Kotoko have to really get back to the training base and get some job done well, because next month they'll be playing in the CAF Confederation Cup. And so yeah, they need to really up the ante. Then there's this wonderful story that is brewing on the African continent, and it involves Ghana's very own James Kwesi Appiah. He's led Sudan.
Oh, Sudan.
Yeah, he's led.
Relax.
Yeah.
Why Kwesi Appiah couldn't have done this with Black Stars, if you think so?
Oh, he could have done it with Black Stars, but it goes beyond the quality that you have on the pitch. I think with the Black Stars,
are better?
Yeah, the Sudanese are better. Think about it. There's a civil war in their country. They assembled just 4 days before the start of the tournament, and they've made it all the way to the semi-finals. And it's just the bond that the players have. That Kwesi Appiah Black Stars, Kwesi Appiah's Black Stars, they didn't have that kind of bond, because the time he was in charge of the Black Stars at the AFCON, there was this issue of the captaincy row between Dede Ayew, Asamoah Gyan, and there were several camps or sects or facts in the camp, and they were never united. And so, yeah, you can have all the quality in the world, but
can it also be that the players do respect the coach well for which?
Yes, and that's all part of it. And so, yeah, it just didn't work out with Ghana, but with Sudan, he's doing a remarkable job, and they managed to get to the semi-finals. And tomorrow is the semi-final matchup. They'll play against Mauritania, and this is the CHAN. And the CHAN is a tournament that is eligible for only players who play in their respective national leagues. And so it's for quote-unquote local-based players. Ghana, we didn't qualify, but Kwesi Appiah managed to get Sudan to qualify. Wow. And now they've made it all the way to the semi-finals. And again, they assembled just 4 days before the start of the tournament. And so it is a remarkable story. And yeah, Kwesi Appiah is doing a remarkable job.
He's doing a very good job.
And they are doing also well in the World Cup qualifiers. And I understand that if he should get Sudan to qualify to the World Cup, there's a blank check waiting for him.
Of course.
Any amount that he wants, he can write it, and they will pay.
But do you think that in Sudan, he is getting what, or maybe he's using Sudan as like a litmus test to tell people that he can really do it?
Yes. He's using it as a proper test case that, yes, I can show that I'm a quality coach.
If I'm given the chance.
If I'm given the chance. Because his reputation did suffer major damage after the AFCON. And what went down at the World Cup with players kissing dollar, we had to fly in money. All of those things disrupted our flow at the World Cup. And so his reputation did take a huge hit. And so, what he's doing with Sudan, it is indeed remarkable. And in the Premier League, we have to wrap up. In the Premier League, the Manchester clubs are having some issues. Over the weekend, Manchester City, they lost by 2-0 to Mohamed Kudus's Tottenham Hotspur. And Manchester United, they drew 1-0 with Fulham. Bruno Fernandes delivered a terrible penalty kick. And later tonight, the Premier League continues, because at 7 p.m., there's Liverpool taking on Newcastle. Actually, it's Newcastle taking on Liverpool because it's taking place at the St. James's Park. And Alexander Isak is at the center, is in the eye of the storm because he is wanted by Liverpool and he wants to leave Newcastle. But Newcastle say you can't leave unless Liverpool bring 130 million pounds. And so they are still negotiating and see how it will go. So yeah, tonight 7 p.m. Newcastle taking on Liverpool with this man. Definitely in the eye of the storm.
Thank you so much, Yao Mintah.
That's a wrap on
And
sports.
I am Philip Nilati. I did this with Chris Carter earlier. Was Nana Tufo Boateng. This is how we end today's edition of Breakfast Daily on Channel One TV. We'll be crossing over to Parliament. The Finance Ministry and its agencies are before the Public Accounts Committee. Enjoy and keep watching Channel One TV.
Using the gift mix, and those who are in the cities are rather using internet as an excuse. So that cannot be the real reason why some institutions are failing to operate within the gift mix system. In fact, the Budget Committee, chaired by Honorable Kweku Kwarteng, has started